Just before the sun breaks the horizon, imagine Marcus Aurelius standing in the quiet moments of dawn, ruler of an empire, yet a humble student of the soul. This isn't the hour for grand declarations or conquests. It's a moment for reflection. To reinvent yourself like a philosopher king is to embark on a journey inward, where true power finds its essence, not in the crowns of the earth, but in the wisdom fostered within. We invite you to a realm where ego serves no master, and titles dissolve into whispers. Dive deep into a narrative where the throne you seek is built from virtues, not vanities. Here, amidst silence and solitude, lies the alchemy of self-mastery awaiting your discovery. Journey with us as we craft a life that resonates with principles, where quietude transforms into a mighty presence that commands respect, not through noise, but through the eloquent simplicity of being. In the quiet onset of a new day, before the world has fully awoken, allow us to embark on a contemplative journey towards self-reinvention. Picture a figure on the brink of dawn, not as a sovereign, but as a seeker of profound truths. Here stands Marcus Aurelius, a ruler with unyielding power, yet it is within that his greatest conquests are achieved. His rule extended over vast lands, but his most transformative battles were the ones fought deep within the corners of his own mind. To reinvent oneself like this philosopher king is to commence an inward exploration that does not begin with declarations made from a throne, but with the simple, humble act of reflection. Introspection becomes the tool with which we strip away the layers of our constructed selves, gradually uncovering the philosopher's soul, hidden beneath regal facades. True leadership and personal transformation originate from this intimate, inward place. As the tranquility of twilight gives way to the first light of dawn, moments of unparalleled insight and clarity often arise. Here, untouched by the burdens of daily life, the mind rests in a space of pure potential, contemplating existence in its raw form. It is within this sanctum where the seeds of philosophical awakening take root. Understanding the fleeting nature of life, Marcus Aurelius used these moments not just to deepen self-knowledge, but to catalyze personal growth. Reinvention finds its inception in these gentle spaces of contemplation, where thought beckons action and deliberate reflection lays the groundwork for profound change. Envision Marcus Aurelius standing at the dawn's threshold, with the sun's amber hue dancing in his contemplative eyes. Draped in the weighty authority of his role, yet more profoundly adorned with the mantle of philosophical inquiry, his presence becomes an embodiment of true contemplation. He reminds us that authentic kingship surpasses the superficial exertion of power over others. It is the humble, yet profound journey of conquering one's own frailties and fears. Within the intricate and often tumultuous arena of life, much like the governance of a vast empire, the seat of one's consciousness can be the most demanding realm of all. Marcus administrated the grand expanse of Rome with an external composure that mirrored the inner state of serenity he cultivated through disciplined introspection, the soundless dialogues between desires and the voice of reason. In this way, he demonstrated that leadership stems from mastery over self, turning chaos into calm, not through sheer force, but through the integrity of inner harmony. When Marcus Aurelius ascended his throne, he did so not merely as a monarch, but as a philosopher, deeply schooled in the teachings of Stoicism. His reign endures through the ages, not because of his military campaigns, but due to the enduring wisdom he shared, embodied most notably in his personal reflections known as the Meditations. To reconstruct ourselves in the image of a philosopher king, we must prioritize inner knowledge over material achievements. As we seek to revise our own narratives, let us first embrace the philosopher within, much as Marcus Aurelius unearthed the Stoic disciple of his own soul. In life's inevitable trials, his philosophical grounding fortified his rule against the unpredictable winds of fate. Such grounding teaches that power devoid of wisdom is akin to a ship at sea without direction, adrift, and at the mercy of circumstance. Therefore, as we embark on the path of inner transformation, let wisdom be our sovereign guide, gently shaping each decision and action we undertake. The vastness of one's inner life nears the enormity of universes yet unexplored, and herein lies the greatest empire we can claim. Marcus Aurelius understood this. The fiercest adversaries are not rival kingdoms, but the hidden shadows of the heart and mind. To reinvent ourselves as philosopher kings, it is paramount to acknowledge that self-mastery must precede any genuine influence we hope to have on the world. This internal conquest requires rigorous examination of every thought, questioning of motives, and alignment of actions with a higher standard of virtue. A life guided by introspection does not seek validation through titles or acclaims, but thrives in the quiet assurance that comes from self-knowledge. Marcus revealed the nuances of wielding wisdom, showing that true leadership is born from profound understanding and mastery over oneself. As we cultivate discipline over our impulses and align our lives with our philosophical ideals, we not only improve ourselves, but provide an illuminated path for others to follow, a path marked by strength derived from inner resilience, not outward dominance. The new dawn light casts its glow upon our soul's inward dominion, heralding a renaissance of awareness and strength. The initial act of reinvention is to nurture courage and resilience deep within the soul's core. True bravery is not the absence of fear, but the capacity to confront it with unwavering resolve. This inner dawn enlightens our path, encouraging us to face our internal shadows with tempered bravery, much like the Stoics of old. Each sunrise becomes a fresh canvas, where doubts are gently soothed by assurances of newfound clarity. In this realized state of awareness, we come to understand that the power of reinvention lies firmly within our grasp, ready to respond to our considered command. By grounding ourselves in timeless philosophical truths, we sculpt a renewed vision of ourselves, awakening to the liberated essence of who we truly are and, more importantly, who we are meant to become. Reflection becomes the chisel shaping the marble of our being. It is the practice Marcus Aurelius engaged in during his daily ritual of examining his life. Through reflecting upon his thoughts and actions, he crafted a life of intentionality and depth, embodying the very virtues he esteemed. Reinvention demands we look within, exploring the mind's landscape with the honesty of introspection. In our own endeavors toward reinvention, reflection offers both guidance and comfort. Through the lens of this practice, clarity emerges, lighting the way we are to traverse. It allows us to discern our strengths and confront the shadows we must overcome, engaging in an exercise of humility and growth. To live like a philosopher king is to engage in a continuous dialogue with the self, employing reflection as the means through which we perceive our potential and ground our transformation in the wisdom that bears patience. The explorer within sets forth on a journey akin to the legendary Odysseys of yore, beginning with a singular step inward. Marcus Aurelius, in his musings, imparted the understanding that the inward voyage contains as much to explore as the endless horizons of the seas. To introspect is to embark on a profound quest where the soul is both traveler and destination, guiding us to the realization that our greatest victories are conquered within the realms of consciousness. This inward journey is not marked by grand spectacles, but by understated recognitions and subtle shifts of perspective. Each moment of sincere introspection draws us closer to our essential self, stripping away the superfluous to unveil the truths residing beneath. As we progress along this path, we gradually embody the essence of a philosopher king, one who leads with empathy, lives with purpose, and holds dominion with integrity over the vast kingdom of the self. In the pursuit of genuine transformation, it becomes necessary to confront the hidden recesses of our psyche with the determination of a king guiding his troops. Marcus Aurelius recognized that to gaze steadfastly at one's vulnerabilities and inhibitions is an act of bravery, not frailty. For it is in acknowledging these shadows, the overlooked and suppressed aspects of our nature, that we lay the foundation for true transformation. What remains unaddressed holds the potential to bind our progress. By embracing these facets of ourselves, we access the inherent strength needed to unify and transcend. The doubts that subtly undermine us are quieted when we ground our identity not in the specters of past shortcomings, but in the truth of who we strive to be. Standing firm as a philosopher king is to look unblinkingly at these shadows, proclaiming dominion over disjointed parts, thus embracing the wholeness and unity that arise from facing oneself wholly. Adopting a philosopher's mindset requires approaching life not with dogged certainty, but with an openness to question and understand. This perspective, refined by Marcus Aurelius through Stoic contemplation, prioritizes comprehension over assumption and curiosity over judgment. To transform oneself in this image is to embrace a mentality that values growth through both experience and understanding. As envisioned by Plato, wisdom is the most noble pursuit for the soul. This mindset fosters a life imbued with purpose and a richer understanding of existence. It imparts the resilience necessary to adapt when challenged and the discernment to perceive wisdom amidst life's clamor. Acting as a compass, a philosopher's mindset navigates the complexities of life with deftness. Embracing such insight propels us closer to our desired self, channeling the transformation through the lens of understanding and purpose. Silent strength resides in stillness, where true influence stems not from commanding armies, but through sovereign control over the inner domain. Marcus Aurelius found sanctuary in stillness, seeking its clarity amidst the challenges of leadership. It is in these quiet moments that the philosopher crafts a life of depth and intentionality, drawing from the deep wells of calm consideration. Stillness fosters a profound connection with the inner self, diminishing worldly noise to hear the soul's truths. In a culture that demands constant motion, embracing stillness becomes a radical act of self-assertion, empowering us to navigate life's challenges with grace. Through this cultivated space, transformation takes root, building a foundation of enduring strength upon which the renewed self rises. Patience, a virtue defining the philosopher king, holds silent power. Marcus Aurelius realized that true change unfolds not as a sudden event, but as a gradual unveiling of truth and virtue over time. Central to Stoicism, this virtue teaches that meaningful transformation develops through consistent, patient practice. In our quest for reinvention, patience tempers ambition, allowing growth through life's unpredictabilities. It permits us to witness our unfolding with grace, appreciating setbacks as integral to the transformative journey. Mirroring the wisdom of a philosopher king, Patience embodies trust in the process, knowing that carefully cultivated seeds will eventually flourish. Embracing patience reinforces our resolve, grounding us with steadfast principles and wisdom. Through the lens of self-knowledge, the transformative path becomes illuminated, much like dawn's first rays dispersing night's shadows. Marcus Aurelius, through self-exploration, demonstrated that understanding oneself is essential for reinvention. Examining motivations, behaviors, and desires grants authenticity and purpose. Such knowledge offers clarity, revealing both who we are and who we can become. It uncovers core values and guides choices, granting the discernment to navigate life with integrity. By committing to self-knowledge as an ongoing journey, we unlock potential, transforming ourselves in alignment with our deepest truths. As philosopher kings, we lead lives of congruence and authenticity, with self-awareness guiding the way. Integrated Stoicism, as embraced by Marcus Aurelius, offers a timeless framework for self-reinvention. It emphasizes developing an inner citadel where external circumstances hold no sway. Stoic teachings, grounded in reason and virtue, serve to temper existence's chaos with inner control's steady pulse. With these teachings, we possess the tools to reinvent our lives with resilience and serenity. These principles prepare us to greet life's variabilities with equanimity, turning challenges into growth opportunities. The resoluteness of Stoic reason empowers us to assess situations clearly, acting with humility and steadiness. By anchoring in Stoicism, we adopt resolve befitting a philosopher king, creating a life rich in purpose and unwavering dedication to self-mastery. Emotional mastery, intrinsic to the philosopher king, is the art of transforming emotional energies into change catalysts. For Marcus Aurelius, through Stoicism, this mastery encompassed emotions as allies on the reinvention journey. This practice necessitates the acknowledgement and engagement of emotions as integral to human experience. Understanding emotions allows us to navigate complexities with resilience and composure, converting adversity into thoughtful responses aligned with ideals. Emotional mastery is an understanding of emotions, advancing growth by fortifying resilience and a virtue. Through this, we build a renewed identity, rooted in the strengths emotions afford. The catalyst for reinvention lies in ritual, intentional practices that deliberate change. Marcus Aurelius found solace in reflection and meditation routines, continuously refining his character. Rituals enable philosophy to shift from abstraction to reality. Purposeful rituals, such as journaling or meditation, create spaces for transformation. Grounded in intentionality, rituals anchor philosophical commitments, gradually sculpting identity into resilience and mindful presence. Rituals serve as reminders of our aspirations, deepening our connection to principles we wish to embody. Through rituals, self-refinement transforms into lifelong devotion, paralleling the philosopher king's steady evolution. Inner virtue cultivation defines the philosopher king's reinvention, anchoring existence in virtues that guide and legacy. For Marcus Aurelius, virtue was a compass amidst ruling complexities. Cultivating virtues aligns us with ideals shaping character and destiny. Virtues of courage, temperance, justice, and wisdom become our architectural foundation, resilient to fate's uncertainties. Striving for these ideals, we reach reinvention's essence, crafting an authentic identity, enduring life's trials. In doing so, we learn that true leadership lies not in outward achievements, but in refining the soul's purpose. Transcendent leadership, as demonstrated by Marcus Aurelius, embodies self-mastery. Rising above ego-driven control, this path embraces wisdom and virtue. transcendent leadership invites deeper truths of existence, guiding lives with honest stewardship. Seeking philosopher kingship fosters balance and foresight, with influence earned through principled living. As leaders of our journey, we embody ideals with every action, inspiring others to undertake their reinvention path. Through transcendent leadership, we unlock boldness, purpose, and the indomitable spirit of philosopher kingship. We leave a legacy not solely rooted in personal ambition, but in contributions that resonate beyond our lifetime. Reinvention, as part of the Philosopher King's Odyssey, carries an ethical imperative resonating through Stoicism. Marcus Aurelius understood that without philosophical grounding, life yields to whims and fleeting desires. Reinvention requires an ethical framework as a steadfast guide. This imperative challenges us to rise by aligning actions with timeless truths of compassion, justice, and contribution. Aligning personal ambitions with universal ideals, this legacy endures beyond lifetimes, infusing purpose and universal resonance into our existence. As we stand alongside Marcus Aurelius at the brink of a new day, the wisdom gathered from our philosophical journey begins to illuminate our next chapter. Reinvention is less about changing external realities and more about the profound shift toward authenticity and alignment with our most virtuous selves. It is a continuous process requiring dedication, introspection, and courage. With each dawn, philosophical light shines brighter, revealing pathways to live not by fear or illusion, but by insight, integrity, and purpose. It marks the dawn of a life worthy of living, where the philosopher within guides the king, navigating human experiences with grace and intention. Each step forward cements our evolution into the philosopher kings of our legacy, echoing timeless wisdom for those who journey after us. The journey of self-discovery begins with the dismantling of illusions, and no illusion is as compelling as that of the ego. Constructed of perceptions and limitations, the ego presents a false throne upon which we often sit with undue pride. It thrives in distortion, magnifying self-importance while cloaking vulnerabilities. By venerating this facade, we detach from our authentic selves, allowing a mirage of control to rule our lives. The ego draws its power from titles, achievements, and societal validation, obscuring the deeper truths living beneath these transient symbols. Recognizing this illusion is an act of bravery, requiring us to embrace introspection and the courage to dismantle the defenses we've erected. Acceptance and humility are the keys to chipping away at the ego's foundations, acknowledging our fundamental equality with others. This journey, fraught with internal and external resistance, challenges the fallacy that vulnerability equates weakness. Rather, true strength is found in revealing what is genuine, in welcoming growth despite our imperfections. Through sustained mindfulness and presence, the grip of the ego loosens, revealing the understated truth that beneath our masks, we all seek the same peace and understanding. Throughout life, we adopt roles that define our interactions and perceptions: student, parent, leader. These roles become masks behind which we hide, offering a false semblance of identity. They bring comfort and predictability, but often at the cost of authenticity. These masks, crafted from societal and familial expectations, lure us away from our true selves, fixating our gaze outward and diverting us from the internal canvas of who we truly are. Although sometimes necessary, these roles must not imprison us. Reclaiming our authenticity requires peeling away these layers through introspection, recognizing each mask's temporary and mutable nature. Self-awareness allows us to meet ourselves without pretense, relinquishing the control these roles exert. We rediscover the core that connects us to universal truths and intrinsic virtues, learning to live free from assumed identities. Beneath the loud proclamations of status and achievement lies a quiet truth residing in solitude and reflection, in moments stripped of any desire to perform or conform. Listening to this inner voice reveals a self untarnished by others' judgments. It waits patiently for us to pause, to turn away from external chaos, and to lean into silence, a comforting presence, affirming our innate dignity and worth. Discovering this quiet truth demands the suspension of relentless pursuit of external affirmation. By creating spaces of stillness where inner wisdom can surface, committing to mindfulness practices like meditation or journaling, we refine our ability to hear this quiet internal guidance. In these tranquil spaces, we understand that the essence of who we are lies not in accomplishments, but in our capacity to love, learn, and simply be. The unmasking of oneself is a sacred pilgrimage into the unknown, a journey without clear maps, yet illuminated by the light of self-awareness. It begins with the intention to see past the superficial layers accumulated over time, each layer peeled away a step towards clarity, freeing us from assumptions and conditioning that no longer serve us. This passage is not devoid of challenge. Remnants of fears manifest at each stage. Fears of inadequacy, of not belonging, of being vulnerable. Yet with each layer removed, there's a renewed sense of freedom. The act of unmasking invites us to engage life with sincerity and curiosity, freeing us from the entanglements of pretense, allowing genuine expression of our soul. Through patience and courage, embracing this journey leads to engaging with the world authentically and wholeheartedly. Embracing vulnerability is an act of profound courage in a society often glorifying invulnerability and stoicism. Opening oneself to vulnerability is a radical departure, a conscious choice to lower defenses and approach life without armor. This openness allows experiencing the full spectrum of human emotions, transforming fear into understanding and weakness into strength. Vulnerability, paradoxically, becomes the grounding force on our journey of self-discovery, vital for genuine connection. As simple as it seems, embracing vulnerability demands self-compassion and determination. Stepping into the light with all imperfections, allowing them to be seen without judgment, fosters richer, more meaningful connections with others, paving the path towards deeper self-awareness and empathy. By acknowledging and embracing vulnerability, we dismantle the false constructs of the ego, stepping into fuller presence and inviting authenticity to permeate every aspect of life. Surrender is not synonymous with defeat, but an enlightened decision to release the illusion of control. It's a deliberate act of faith, acknowledging life unfolds beyond our command, reminding us of our place within a larger, intricate universe. Surrender allows navigating life's unpredictability with grace, accepting uncertainty as integral to self-reinvention. Releasing the need to manage every outcome, surrender encourages adaptability and cultivates resilience, allowing us to find peace in the present. Letting go of control creates space for possibility and creativity, aligning us with our highest good. Through surrender, strength emerges, as true power resides not in control, but in the openness to embrace whatever life presents. In a world inundated with noise, listening to inner silence becomes a radical act of rebellion and reclamation. This silence is not mere absence of sound, but but the presence of focused stillness, a retreat into the soul's quietude. In these calm moments, we reconnect with our authentic selves, free from external stimuli and demands, letting intuition and innate wisdom rise naturally. Cultivating inner silence requires practice and patience, setting aside time for moments of quiet reflection and mindfulness. In these sacred spaces, revelations bloom, and the ego's chatter fades, exposing a profound sense of presence. Inner silence is a wellspring of creativity and insight, a place where transformation begins. Embracing this sacred stillness, we tune into the subtle yet significant language of our inner self, guiding us toward alignment with our true path. Solitude, often misunderstood as loneliness, is in fact a sacred sanctuary, a gift, a sacred space for renewal and reflection. It's where we retreat to gain clarity, untangle thoughts, and rediscover whispers of true desires. In solitude, the world's clamor recedes, allowing a profound dialogue with the self, illuminating the path of self-awareness and growth. Solitude nurtures the soul, offering refuge from life's incessant demands, allowing detachment from roles and responsibilities, recalibrating our inner compass. Embracing solitude involves setting boundaries, protecting time to retreat inward, listening to the rhythms of our soul. It fosters independence, resilience, and self-reliance, reinforcing that peace and fulfillment are cultivated within. Through solitude, we learn we are whole within ourselves, capable of profound change and realization. The ego crafts intricate facades to protect and defend its fragility. These facades, whether built on superiority or inferiority, create barriers between our true selves and the world, rooted in fear, serving as survival mechanisms in an unpredictable world. Yet, the facade is fragile, vulnerable to winds of change and challenge, leaving us disconnected and seeking authenticity. Peeling away these layers requires awareness of the ego's disguises, a process of questioning and critical reflection, confronting deeply embedded stories we tell. Recognizing these facades paves the way for liberation and authenticity, dismantling defenses for transparent expression of our true selves, engaging the world with integrity and openness. Fear of authenticity stems from fear of rejection and judgment, a fear deeply rooted in social conditioning, demanding conformity for acceptance. Yet, truth and authenticity reside at our core, awaiting embrace. Living authentically in a conformist world requires courage and defiance, but authenticity brings liberation and fulfillment. Facing this fear involves understanding its origins, reframing vulnerability as strength, redefining belonging to prioritize connection over conformity. Consistently choosing authenticity aligns us with our true purpose and values, inviting others to do the same, creating a ripple effect, transforming ourselves and our communities. In authenticity lies liberation, creativity, and self-worth. Societal expectations, unwritten rules dictating life, feelings, and success, shape beliefs and values, steering us from intrinsic desires towards approval over authenticity. Letting go of these pressures is essential to reclaim our path toward true self-fulfillment. We begin by questioning the origins and validity of these expectations, weighing them against core truths. Discernment resonating with our values crafts a life defined by personal integrity and purpose over societal standards. Letting go entails a deliberate commitment to authenticity, courageously departing from convention in pursuit of fulfillment. This alignment with true nature frees us from external judgment's shackles, empowering lives led by inner convictions. Stripping away layers exposes vulnerabilities, necessitating self-compassion, the gentle recognition of shared humanity, embracing ourselves with kindness and understanding over criticism. Cultivating self-compassion involves developing empathetic, patient dialogues with oneself, viewing setbacks as learning and growth opportunities. This fosters resilience, encouraging grace extension toward others. Practicing self-compassion dismantles the debilitating self-judgment cycle, nurturing a relationship grounded in acceptance and love, integral to authentic transformation and reinvention. Self-reinvention entails embracing liberation from shedding unnecessary layers. Each layer represents outdated narratives no longer serving us. Recognition and release create space for growth and transformation. Through mindfulness, listening to inner wisdom about essentials, we surrender, tapping potential, aligning with our true purpose. Shedding layers is renewal, a continual refinement of self pursuing authenticity and meaning. Each removed layer brings us closer to our center, ready to embrace life with openness, courage, and unencumbered by outdated identity constraints. Impermanence, a fundamental existence truth, reminds us all things are transient, ever-changing. Acceptance of impermanence allows equanimous life navigation, free from attachment and permanence illusion. Understanding roles, possessions, even identities are temporary guides us toward deeper connection with life's flow. Impermanence acceptance invites gratitude and presence, recognizing the sacred in transience. Meaningful, non-clinging engagements allow letting go, replacing fear with gratitude and mindfulness. Impermanence guides us to appreciation and balance, finding freedom in embracing the present with open hearts. Seeking approval is natural, yet it binds us to inauthentic living. The need for external validation eclipses true desires, chaining us to perpetually strive for acceptance, leading to inner conflict, distancing us from authentic selves, limiting growth. Breaking these chains involves redefining validation sources, shifting to internal alignment from external accolades. Cultivating self-acceptance, recognizing innate worth, diminishes dependence on societal approval, aligns genuine aspirations. Liberation provides expansive freedoms, pursuing truth, aligned paths over approval-driven expectations. Embracing internal authority encourages authenticity, empowering fulfilling lives beyond validations and opinions. Detachment invites dancing lightly with life, allowing experiences to come and go without clinging or resistance. It is not apathy, but mindful engagement free from outcomes' shackles, providing perspective, encouraging fluid interaction with life, present in each moment, without rigid ties to any state. Cultivated through mindfulness and self-awareness, detachment involves understanding each experience as a story chapter, not entirety. This lends freedom to release rigid expectations, opening to life's natural rhythm, creating internal space for peace. Detachment encourages wholehearted life engagement, present moment joy, without losing self to change tides. Deconstructing imposed identities, rediscover inner strength, overshadowed by external validations. Inherently resilient, this strength resides within, a quiet force shaped by perseverance. It whispers potential and capability, affirming our grace-filled life navigation ability. Rediscovering this strength entails trusting intuition, acknowledging unique journey paths, fostering confidence, empowering bold, authentic self-steps. Tapping into this internal wellspring cultivates resilience and adaptability, unwavering belief, grounding self-reinvention. It supports meaning and fulfillment pursuit, aligning with deepest truths. Virtue forms an authentic life foundation. Timeless qualities like integrity, courage, compassion guide self-discovery and reinvention journeys. Cultivated through intentional practice and reflection, virtues are principles guiding life's complexity, shaping character, influencing decisions and actions towards true essence. Practicing virtue fosters principle-anchored living over superficial success, offering stability amid existence's ephemeral nature. Virtue guides life engagement with authenticity and purpose, crafting a legacy grounded in transcendent values. Perfectionism, a fear-fueled illusory pursuit for acceptance, erecting expression barriers, trapping self-criticism cycles. Releasing perfectionism is not lowering standards, but embracing inherent worth beyond accomplishments. Celebrating progress requires redefinition, acknowledging mistakes as learning opportunities. Resilient and self-compassionate acceptance permits exploration, innovation, without failure, fear. Discarding perfection's fiction embraces a liberated, fulfilling path, fostering creativity, authenticity, success beyond societal confines. Humility invites life approach with openness and grace, grounding inflated ego notions in reality. Recognizing shared humanity, humility dispels illusions of greatness or smallness. We're all evolving learners. Cultivating humility involves gratitude, empathy, listening actively, remaining open to growth from all experiences. It fosters appreciation for every interaction's lessons, valuing surrounding diverse wisdom. Humility deepens self-reinvention journeys, aligning with interconnectedness truths and genuine self-awareness power. Change, the growth engine, propels reinvention and self-discovery. Embracing change enhances resilience and adaptability, equipping life uncertainty, navigation with confidence and insight. It invites constant evolution, shedding old to reveal new possibilities. Recognizing change as growth opportunity liberates from fear, fosters flexibility, courage, encouraging uncharted potential territories. Exploration. This environment supports learning, creativity thriving, each change a stepping stone toward enriched existence. Embracing change aligns with life's rhythms, affirming transformation capacity through every journey chapter. Courage to begin anew reclaims autonomy, embarking on self-discovery odysseys. It requires letting go of past narrative chains, stepping from comfort into possibility's fertile ground. Trusting adaptability and change optimism, fortified by learned lessons, encourages renewal expression. Acknowledging courage's importance involves faith in self and the unknown. Understanding life's greatest expression is ongoing evolution. New beginnings craft narratives rich with wisdom and potential, shaping futures where possibilities are limitless, authentic self-testaments to transformation and reinvention. Life's inevitable challenges demand resilience, strength standing firm amidst storms, testing resolve, clarity, commitment to true paths. Facing these invites endurance exploration, bending rather than breaking, standing firm roots in self-awareness, belief in capabilities, faith affirming learned lessons and growth through each storm. Resilience finds uncertainty, stability, offering a centered presence, navigating life's turbulence, fortifying authenticity, shaping realized self-versions, carving meaningful truths. Manifesting inner truths means living in alignment with core values and desires. Authenticity, embodiment through intention, thought, and essence harmony. Aligning inner truths empowers integrity, reflective choices, creating passionate lives. It requires constant internal alignment dialogue, ensuring paths authentic self-reflection. Living inner truths crafts purpose-filled lives, each moment a testament to self-discovery and transformation. Embodying authenticity concludes a committed inward journey, testimony to courage, resilience, cultivated virtues. It harnesses truth, undeterred by external influence or judgment fear. Authenticity realizes self-worth and acceptance, lives navigated with openness and integrity. Ongoing self-dialogue reflects life's ever-shifting landscape, engaged, present living, embracing growth opportunity each moment. Authenticity permeation inspires self-reinvention, fostering compassion roots, mutual respect. Truth expression illuminates fulfillment paths, timeless legacy, echoes showcasing transformation power. The allure of power is undeniable, a seductive force that promises dominion over others and the world itself. Yet, as history has shown, power devoid of wisdom is nothing more than a hollow facade, offering no substantial depth. It provides a semblance of control, but in reality, without the tempering hand of wisdom, such authority is destined to corrupt, turning leaders into tyrants. Throughout human history, the relentless pursuit of power has often resulted in conflict and suffering, illustrating that without insight and compassion, the control over others is a fleeting and ultimately empty victory. Wisdom becomes the guiding star for power, infusing it with discernment and humility. It tempers authority in a way that enables decisions to be made with respect for both the individual and the community. To wield power effectively, one must first master their own impulses and desires, cultivating a moral compass that guides actions towards the collective good. Only through merging wisdom with power can it become an uplifting force, elevating both the individual and those they influence. In our quest for power, we often fall into the trap of domination, seeking control that is often born from fear and insecurity. This pursuit leads inevitably to isolation, fostering resentment in those we seek to control. History is replete with examples of rulers who, devoid of wisdom, chose to dominate, only to see their legacies tarnished and their empires fall. Without the firm foundation of mutual respect and understanding, domination crumbles. Contrast this with the Stoic ruler who comprehends that true power lies not in exerting control over others, but in mastering oneself. Such a ruler chooses guidance over oppression, fostering an environment where others can flourish. This shift from domination to collaboration transforms societies, cultivating respect that endures far beyond the ruler's influence. Virtue, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, serves as the bedrock for effective governance, encapsulating justice, courage, temperance, and wisdom. Virtue steers leaders towards ethical decision-making that prioritizes the collective well-being above personal ambition. Without virtue, power becomes arbitrary and self-serving, spiraling into unchecked ambition and moral corruption. A virtuous leader is one who commands trust and loyalty, demonstrating ethical behavior that naturally earns the respect of those they govern. This alignment with moral standards engenders transparency and accountability, laying a foundation for lasting leadership and societal progress. Before one seeks to lead others, they must embark on a journey of self-mastery. This inner quest requires self-reflection, confronting weaknesses while nurturing strengths. A leader not attuned to their own inner workings is susceptible to projecting biases, allowing personal prejudices to obscure judgment. Self-mastery empowers leaders to overcome these instincts, ensuring decisions are guided by reason and empathy. Emotional intelligence, nurtured by self-mastery, becomes an essential tool for effective leadership. It allows leaders to navigate stress, make informed decisions, and connect authentically with others. By understanding their motivations and limitations, leaders cultivate a leadership style grounded in transparency and humility, fostering environments of trust and collaboration. Reflection paves the way to wisdom, demanding a willingness to pause, evaluate, and assimilate lessons from past experiences. This contemplative practice transmutes knowledge into insight, enabling leaders to refine their understanding of themselves and the world. Through reflection, wisdom illuminates pathways for thoughtful decision-making, ensuring power is wielded with intention and efficacy. In the stillness of reflection, deeper truths are unveiled. Leaders are encouraged to question assumptions, expose blind spots, and embrace expanded perspectives. Such internal dialogue nurtures humility, reminding leaders of their fallibility while promoting growth. Reflection cultivates wisdom that enriches leadership, fostering environments where others feel valued and comprehended. The pursuit of power without vulnerability breeds arrogance, isolating leaders from those they are meant to serve. Vulnerability, often misinterpreted as weakness, is a remarkable strength, promoting connection and authenticity. It empowers leaders to admit uncertainty, seek assistance, and grow through critique. This openness fosters a culture of trust and collaboration, essential for genuine leadership. Balancing power with vulnerability humanizes leaders, instilling empathy and relatability. By acknowledging their imperfections, leaders inspire resilience and adaptability within their communities. Vulnerability enhances authority by demonstrating confidence in one's truth, fostering a trusting and compassionate leadership dynamic. Attempting to control the uncontrollable is a common trap for those in power. This illusion of control provides a spurious sense of security, often resulting in micromanagement and inflexibility. True wisdom acknowledges the limits of control, embracing uncertainty as a springboard for growth and innovation. Releasing this illusion fosters adaptability and responsiveness. Leaders learn to anticipate rather than resist change, channeling it into strategies that elevate rather than constrain. By focusing on influence over control, leaders nurture environments where creativity and resilience flourish, liberating themselves and those they lead. Listening, an oft-overlooked aspect of leadership, embodies respect and empathy, enabling leaders to understand and genuinely respond to the needs of others. Through attentive listening, inclusivity is fostered, empowering diverse individuals to contribute their unique perspectives and strengths. This practice of deep listening cultivates innovation and collaboration. In the silence of listening emerges wisdom. It deepens understanding, facilitates learning, and bridges gaps, resolving conflicts with grace. Leaders who listen deeply gain profound insights into the human experience, enabling compassionate and informed decision-making. This practice of listening fortifies relationships, enhancing a leader's ability to guide their community with empathy and effectiveness. Integrity demands the courage to act according to one's values, even in the face of adversity. For leaders, this means resisting unethical pressures, steadfastly choosing the more challenging right over the easier wrong. Courageous leadership, rooted in integrity, inspires confidence and trust among those led. By leading with integrity, leaders cultivate authenticity and transparency, ensuring their actions align with their words. This creates a coherent presence that earns respect and loyalty. Through courageous integrity, leaders fortify their character, fostering environments of ethical leadership and mutual respect. Wisdom leaves a legacy far more enduring than power alone. It shapes leaders who inspire not through fear, but through guidance and inspiration. The legacy of wisdom in leadership is transformational, leaving a mark on individuals and communities that endures beyond the leader's time. This influence encourages the development of future leaders grounded in ethical and compassionate practices. A legacy of wisdom enriches society's fabric, promoting values that endure through generations. It challenges leaders to think beyond immediate goals, considering the long-term impact of their actions. Through wisdom, leaders articulate a vision for a brighter future, where harmony and progress are fueled by understanding and respect. Emotional intelligence stands at the heart of leadership, providing the capacity to navigate interpersonal dynamics with empathy and effectiveness. Encompassing self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills, it forms the bedrock for impactful leadership. Leaders with high emotional intelligence understand their emotional triggers, managing them to cultivate a stable and supportive environment. This intelligence facilitates connection on a human level, unlocking channels for communication and collaboration. Empathy enhances decision-making, ensuring diverse perspectives are honored. By fostering emotional intelligence, leaders nurture resilience, adaptability, and morale, cultivating a thriving community under their guidance. Patience tempers haste, allowing leaders to assess decisions with greater clarity and foresight. It encourages measured approaches, ensuring choices are informed by reflection and careful consideration. Impatient leaders risk rash judgments, jeopardizing those they lead's welfare. In our fast-paced world, patience offers counterbalance, supporting thoughtful, strategic decision-making. It fosters an environment where long-term goals take precedence over immediate gratification, aligning actions with broader visions. Patience demonstrates a commitment to wisdom and integrity, laying the groundwork for sustainable progress and growth. Letting go becomes a powerful leadership skill, allowing one to release what no longer serves them or their community. This practice of letting go acknowledges life's impermanence, fostering resilience and adaptability. It frees leaders from burdensome controls, focusing on what is truly meaningful and impactful. The art of letting go encourages acceptance and openness. Leaders learn to embrace, not resist, change, viewing it as opportunity for growth. This adaptability sparks innovation, evolving leadership in response to changing circumstances. Through letting go, leaders discover peace and clarity, guiding communities with a serene assurance. Wisdom architects influence in a way power alone cannot. It constructs relationships grounded in trust and respect, enabling leaders to inspire effectively. Wise leaders guide through example rather than authority, fostering environments where individuals feel empowered to contribute fully. Influence anchored in wisdom endures beyond presence. It nurtures cultures of learning and growth, motivating individuals to reach their potential. Through wisdom, leaders become mentors and role models, shaping future generations of ethical and compassionate leaders. This influence forges communities that prioritize integrity and progress. Connection bridges power and empathy, enabling leaders to relate personally, fostering understanding and collaboration. Through connection, authenticity and trust are conveyed, creating a sense of unity within the community. Empathy in leadership nurtures resilience, recognizing and valuing emotional needs. This emotional connection boosts morale and motivation, encouraging engagement and strength contribution. By prioritizing connection, leaders build strong relationships supporting their vision, empowering collective community success. Strength mingled with compassion drives ethical leadership, Strength offers decisiveness, while compassion grounds actions in empathy. Together, these qualities foster inclusive and supportive environments, enhancing justice and fairness. This interplay enhances navigation of complexities, balancing competing interests, resolving conflicts. Compassionate strength assures communities of reliability and commitment to well-being. Integrating these qualities, leaders inspire respect and collaboration, championing collective growth. Humility fortifies leadership, nurturing open-mindedness and continuous learning. It encourages feedback-seeking and perspective-embracing, broadening issue comprehension. Humble leaders align actions with values, presenting transparent and trustworthy leadership. Humility cultivates collaboration and empowerment. It allows leaders to appreciate strengths and delegate effectively, creating communities where contributions are recognized and valued. Embodying humility, leaders inspire respect and cooperation, enhancing communal success. Adaptability denotes wise leadership, infusing leaders with confidence and ingenuity amidst change. It fosters resilience, allowing communities to thrive despite uncertainty. Wise leaders cultivate adaptability, viewing change as innovative growth opportunities. Flexibility encourages abandonment of rigidity, embracing creativity, fostering problem-solving environments. Through adaptability, leaders embody continuous improvement and progress, empowering communities to meet evolving challenges with confidence and zeal. Power demands a responsibility to uplift others. Leaders must remain vigilant, prioritizing the greater good over personal ambition. This responsibility obliges reflection and accountability, ensuring actions align with ethical standards. Leadership responsibility looks beyond immediate outcomes to long-term community impact. Embracing responsibility, leaders prioritize integrity, fostering confidence and trust. Responsible leadership nurtures communities dedicated to well-being and growth. Transparency underpins trust, critical for leadership efficacy. It fosters openness and collaboration, building accountability cultures. Transparent leaders invite input, valuing all voices. By embodying transparency, leaders build ethical, reliable presences, garnering respect and confidence. Trust enhances communication, essential for shared goals. Transparency forges strong relationships, creating prepared, successful communities. Resilience empowers leaders against adversity with composed strength. It instills community confidence in their capability to confront challenges. Resilient leaders model perseverance and adaptability, foundational for success. Resilient cultures encourage courage and tenacity, inspiring individuals to surpass setbacks relentlessly. Cultivating resilience, leaders fortify unity and morale, providing strong progress foundations. Resilience motivates excellence amid adversity. Sage wisdom offers invaluable insights for informed decision-making. Leaders seeking seasoned mentorship gain clarity, fostering learning cultures. By pursuing sage wisdom, leaders enhance understanding and refine strategies, ensuring ethical, practical decisions. This pursuit nurtures openness, adapting and thriving. Sage counsel forges wisdom-enhanced legacies, guiding with compassion. Purposeful leadership aligns actions with missions, imbuing endeavors with meaning and direction. It motivates dedication beyond personal gain, prioritizing collective well-being. Purpose inspires enthusiasm, unifying communities towards objectives. Leaders fostering purposeful cultures align with values and vision, empowering individual contributions. Alignment enhances collaboration and innovation, ensuring meaningful progress. Leading with purpose, leaders build legacies, nurturing unity and purpose-driven, thriving communities. Ethical leadership forms the backbone of thriving communities, rooted in fairness and integrity. It demands adherence to moral standards for the greater good. Ethical leaders embody these values, fostering trust and respect. By prioritizing ethics, leaders build accountability cultures, valuing honesty and integrity. Ethics enhance decision-making, ensuring principle-guided actions. Ethical leadership inspires community standards, leaving enduring trust legacies. Legacies reflect wisdom's enduring influence, shaping community culture. Wise leaders build legacies rooted in integrity, inspiring future generations. Wisdom's influence endures, nurturing environments for thriving communities. Through wisdom's impact, leaders initiate positive change, inspiring ethical pursuits. Prioritizing wisdom, leaders cultivate legacies transcending tenures, shaping with lasting values. Wisdom legacies inspire future ethical leaders, fostering unity and progress. In the vast expanse of our modern world, we find ourselves ensnared in a relentless clamor, a cacophony of demands and distractions that seduces us away from our inner sanctum. It's a ceaseless barrage of information, incessant updates, and societal pressures, all vying for our attention, often leaving scant room for the art of introspection. As the relentless march of technology advances, so too does our potential to drift away from our own thoughts, creating a landscape where the philosopher, the seeker of truths hidden within the depths of the soul, becomes a rare beacon of insight. This path to inward understanding requires a deliberate rebellion. It requires the courage to turn away from the relentless noise and carve out a sanctuary within, where the whispers of wisdom can finally be heard. This sanctuary, however, is not easily constructed. It demands a steadfast commitment to rebel against the currents of superficial engagement, a discipline of disengagement. Such discipline filters the noise, fostering silence and solitude. Within this sacred space, the mind is free to wander its landscapes, untethered by the chaotic demands of external validation. Here begins the true voyage of philosophical inquiry, a rebellion against distraction, promoting clarity and understanding. Today's philosopher must navigate the delicate balance between participation in the external world and meaningful withdrawal, cultivating insights that enrich both personal existence and broader human understanding. In the quiet folds of solitude, the philosopher discovers a wellspring of creativity and thought, where solitude, far from being a synonym for loneliness, becomes a cherished state of communion with the self. It is a sacred silence, a fortress poised to protect the genesis of our thoughts from the invasive judgments of the external world. In solitude, we nurture our inner world, allowing the self to whisper truths otherwise obscured by society's din. The embrace of solitude is an act of rebellion against the turbulence and noise of an ever-bustling world. In this absence of others, our own voice finds clarity, awakening us to the dialogues within. Through fearless introspection, the philosopher sharpens their perception, honing their awareness to pierce through illusions cast by society, culture, and ego. Thus, solitude yields many gifts: clarity, peace, and a deep-rooted connection with our innermost values and desires. Free from the distraction of prevailing opinions, the soul can unfurl like a flower toward the sun, reaching into the very essence of existence. Rebellion in philosophy often begins with questioning the roots of our knowledge and truth. Cultural norms, societal expectations, and even the foundational beliefs we carry are frequently left unexamined. The philosopher embarks on a quest to test these assumptions, turning inward for answers that resonate with authenticity. Herein lies the realization that the most profound revelations are not taught but realized, born from the intuitive understanding and deep introspection that mark the philosopher's path. Such inner rebellion calls for an unwavering commitment to discern what is taught from what is known. Practical wisdom flows from this discernment, merging reason with intuition. It takes courage to maintain trust in oneself over inherited doctrines or external authorities. This introspective exploration marries reason and intuition, allowing the philosopher to traverse the realms of logic and the subconscious, revealing truths that simplistic logic cannot capture. Thus begins the crafting of a personal life philosophy, a reflection of our deepest principles, independent of prevailing conventions. An integral part of the philosopher's journey is challenging entrenched perceptions and confronting biases and assumptions that taint understanding. This rebellion is not about defiance for defiance's sake, but seeks an authentic connection between perception and reality. Challenging perception is akin to peeling back layers of illusion to reveal the underlying truth, untarnished by ego or long-held beliefs. The process involves meticulous examination and questioning of our reactions to thoughts, experiences, and emotions. For the philosopher, this is no passive pursuit. It is an ongoing dismantling of the facades of comfort that we construct. This effort demands honesty and vulnerability to reshape our beliefs, discarding those that no longer serve the truth. By rebelling against preconceived notions, the philosopher evolves into an alchemist of understanding, transforming ignorance into wisdom and partial truths into a complete vision. As perspective shifts, the world unfurls anew, both familiar and profoundly different, standing out and intimately connected. This encapsulates the essence of philosophical pursuit. Being oneself, truly and without apology, emerges as one of the most radical acts of rebellion in a world that leans towards conformity. The philosopher's courage finds its strength in authenticity, standing firm against homogenizing societal tendencies that prefer sameness. As individuals navigate the labyrinth of self-discovery, they shed societal masks to unveil their unique essence, embracing the paradox at the heart of their being. Courage to be true is less about disregarding external expectations and more about unharnessing one's external life with their inner truth. It is an assertion of individuality that empowers, inviting others to embark on their authentic journeys. In such a courageous embodiment, the philosopher becomes both artist and canvas, sculpting and celebrating the self without apology or fear. In this reclamation, previous misconceptions about identity dissolve, giving rise to a nuanced freeness, a testament to living in integrity with one's own soul. Reclaiming inner authority is the act of embodying self-sovereignty, a rebellion against allowing external forces to dictate our life's direction. The philosopher understands that true authority derives not from external power, but from the wisdom of heart and mind in harmonious concert. This reclamation is about establishing oneself as the final arbiter of actions, beliefs, and decisions, embracing the responsibility anchored in true autonomy. Inner authority does not arise in isolation. It calls for the discipline to foster self-awareness and discernment. Reflecting on experiences and learning from them, and trusting intuition are vital ways to enhance the ability to self-govern effectively. Through such governance, the philosopher curates a personal ethos that aligns with their values, unswayed by transient trends or popular opinion. Reclaiming inner authority is a liberation of power that forges a life of meaning, rooted in freedom and authenticity. Questioning authority becomes an essential practice within philosophical rebellion, discerning truth from mere declaration. When left unexamined, authority carries the potential to propagate narratives unaligned with deeper truths. The philosopher approaches authority with rigorous scrutiny, dismantling power structures to unearth their foundational cores. In questioning authority, the philosopher wields doubt as a tool, an instrument that carves away the unnecessary to reveal clarity. This critical evaluation unveils fresh pathways for understanding and empowers individuals to reclaim their capacity for independent thought. Challenging power dynamics, social structures, and prevailing ideologies fosters accountability, inspiring growth and evolution through curiosity and authenticity rather than blind adherence. Existential freedom, daunting yet central to the human experience, becomes a cornerstone of the philosopher's inner rebellion. Anchored in existentialist philosophy, this freedom emerges from recognizing our role as architects of meaning within our lives. Embracing this freedom entails accepting our responsibility in shaping our destiny, even amid uncertainty. The philosopher embraces existential freedom, viewing it not as a burden, but an opportunity where choice and responsibility converge. Through this acceptance, the philosopher crafts a life mirroring their values and purpose while navigating ambiguity's complexities. Recognizing freedom and responsibility as liberating, the philosopher delves into consciousness's uncharted territories, pushing the limits of being truly alive. Central to the philosopher's rebellion is the artistic act of self-definition, a fluid process of continuous becoming that resists static identity. This artistic practice allows dynamic engagement with oneself, honoring the complexity and multiplicity of existence. The philosopher shapes their identity like an artist with a canvas, using thought, emotion, and experience to weave their evolving story. As contrast brings depth to art, the tension between facets in the philosopher's life adds texture to the tapestry of existence. This dance between past potential and emerging reality crafts not just a narrative of individual existence, but a celebration steeped in life's complexities, nurturing introspection and encouraging action. Beyond imposed identities, this artistry champions a rebellion, fostering a dynamic narrative, open to reinterpretation, yet defined by coherence and integrity. Detachment for the philosopher is a form of liberation, a deliberate distancing from transient attachments that tether us to suffering. Beyond emotional disengagement, detachment acknowledges desires and fears without succumbing to their tyranny. It is wisdom to hold loosely to the impermanent, focusing instead on enduring virtues, peace, and understanding. Through detachment, the philosopher finds the freedom to engage with the world without entrapment. This form of rebellion doesn't evade responsibility nor diminish passion. It clarifies priorities and purifies intentions. By releasing the need to cling to outcomes and validate fleeting desires, the philosopher liberates themselves to fully exist, a state unburdened by disappointment or longing. In the art of detachment, the philosopher discovers freedom, a realm where life is fully experienced, unhindered by unnecessary suffering. Authenticity outweighs approval in the philosophy of inner rebellion. Embracing authenticity over societal worth requires fearless honesty, a refusal to wear the mask of pretense. The philosopher shuns shallow conformity, favoring the satisfaction of living true to core principles. Rebelling against the pursuit of approval steers not towards isolation, but towards profound connections with others. Authenticity resonates, inviting genuine interaction. Success for the philosopher is redefined, not in public accolades, but in knowing life aligns with their values. This authenticity becomes a guide, motivating others to trust deeply in themselves amid a world of mere imitation. The spiritual rebellion symbolizes a departure from dogma, encouraging an exploration of spirituality beyond traditional bounds. This rebellion embarks on transformation, a quest into the essence of spirituality that transcends ritual confines. Spiritual rebellion is not irreverence, but finding a genuine connection to the divine through authentic experience. It involves embracing the mystical aspects of life, often overlooked, reconciling paradoxes of faith and reason to inspire depth and personal revelation. Here, the philosopher carves a sacred path marked by continuous exploration and communion with the cosmos's unity. In the philosopher's realm, beliefs wield profound influence over experience. Yet, the fluidity of evolving beliefs heralds true freedom. This rebellion challenges stagnation, encouraging beliefs to adapt and flourish with new insights. Evolving beliefs act as the philosopher's compass, guiding through complexities without yielding to uncertainty. As old beliefs dissolve and reform, they cultivate humility, acknowledging knowledge's expansion. This dynamism invites creativity and growth, balancing tradition with innovation and reason with intuition, crafting bridges across worlds of thought. Intellectual humility marks the philosopher's rebellion against certainty's tyranny. Wisdom lies not in knowing, but in remaining open, curious, and teachable. This humility, an act of rebellion in a knowledge-driven culture, underlines that strength lies in questioning and embracing doubt. Characterized by courage to admit ignorance and preference for inquiry over explicit answers, the philosopher creates a more inclusive knowledge approach. Intellectual humility offers an engaged dialogue, enriching understanding and remaining open to revelation as paths to enlightenment unfold. Reflection is a sacred ritual for the philosopher, weaving life experiences into insight. This act transcends simple introspection, examining thoughts, feelings, and actions within a broader context. Through reflection, the philosopher gains wisdom from both past and present experiences. Each reflective pause deepens awareness and perception, crafting an inner landscape of harmony. By committing to reflection, the philosopher enacts ultimate rebellion, refusal of an unexamined life, commitment to a richly known existence, ever mysterious, despite understanding. For many, solitude provocatively mirrors voids and amplifies uncertainties. Yet for the philosopher, conquering solitude's fear is a profound rebellion, a mastery over introspection's discomfort. Solitude emerges as presence, amplifying the self's voice beyond external chaos. The philosopher transforms solitude into a sanctuary of clarity. Approaching solitude fearlessly replaces association with loneliness, unveiling deep self and world connections. Within solitude lies wisdom, each peaceful breath fostering shared understanding and personal growth. In a material-driven world, the philosopher's rebellion emerges through materialism's subversion, shifting focus to enrich the soul. This rebellion redefines prosperity, recognizing fulfillment in experience depth, not acquisition. Rejecting materialism's distraction, the philosopher cherishes simplicity, authenticity, prevailing over accumulation. The philosopher strives for balanced material engagement, liberating from material enslavement. Subverting materialism invites others to seek higher paths, rooted in essence and value, rather than excess. The philosopher's rebellion includes nurturing inner harmony amidst chaos. By integrating life's highs and lows, harmony emerges not from discord elimination, but by weaving emotions, thoughts, and needs into identity's cohesive tapestry. Harmony in the philosopher's path signifies balance between intellect and intuition, desire and duty. Through mindfulness, peace is cultivated from past acceptance, present appreciation, and future hope. This harmony fosters a sanctuary where the philosopher returns for renewal, testifying to thoughtful, eternity-engaged living. Values serve as stars guiding the philosopher through life's unpredictability. Grounding choices in deeper truths, values align the philosopher's existence away from chaos and toward principles reflecting their essence. Intersecting personal growth and collective harmony, values embody aspirations and purpose. By aligning life with these values, the philosopher shapes a coherent journey. This path, a regal endeavor of principle-led soul governance, demonstrates the philosopher's journey not as decree, but as a committed, principled sovereignty. Acceptance becomes a transformative force in the philosopher's rebellion, converting resistance into understanding. This acceptance, beyond mere resignation, reflects profound engagement with life's spectrum, even its uncertainties. Acceptance's inner alchemy reveals life's uncontrollability, but invites humble engagement. Allowing for flow with life, the philosopher nourishes resilience, meeting life's challenges with deep-rooted peace, fostering serenity and vibrant engagement with the world. Listening, a vital philosopher's art, fosters profound connection, not just with others, but universally. This active, receptive presence tunes into deeper truths, allowing transformative dialogue to bloom. Through listening, the philosopher transcends self-barriers, creating transformative discourse. Listening skillfully forges connections beyond superficial exchanges, offering new comprehension of the world's rich, unfathomable depth. Silence, a sanctuary in the philosopher's journey, is cultivated as a rebellious practice against noise. Silent spaces reveal the universe's echoes and insights, offering refuge and growth. The discipline of silence highlights the philosopher's exploration of truth's layers, revealing wisdom lurking beneath clamor. Deliberate silent retreat fosters intuitive insight and opens philosophical understanding's doors. Non-attachment, a profound inner rebellion, liberates from desire's chains, transforming craving into appreciation and fear into freedom. It redefines life's essence in presence and experience. Non-attachment empowers full engagement, liberating from anxiety over loss or validation. Through appreciation of impermanence, vibrant participation in life emerges, presenting meaning and engagement, true liberation, and profound living. Paradox's embrace demands letting go of certainty for vibrant ambiguity. Challenging the mind to hold opposing truths, paradox nurtures an understanding accommodating multiplicity. Engaging creatively with life's contradictions nurtures expanded consciousness. Guided by paradox, the philosopher perceives truths beneath visible contradictions, revealing beauty's ubiquitous presence. The continuous journey of becoming invites endless growth and renewal. Merging immediacy with wonder, it defines life's path not as destination, but rewarding evolution. Recognizing becoming as eternal, embracing potential growth and transformation, sustains curiosity and fosters a life filled with meaning, opportunity, and depth. This rebellion signifies commitment to constant evolution, shaped by inner wisdom. In the serene tapestry of existence, character weaves the very essence of being, not as an adornment, but as the moral and ethical substance that defines the soul. It is sculpted not through grand gestures or momentary flair, but through a series of decisions and reflections
much like a mosaic, intricately crafted over time. Consider the ancients, who understood that true achievement lay not in wealth or power, but in the enduring nature of character, a notion Marcus Aurelius often pondered, recognizing its value over the transient allure of gold. Amid today's fast-paced world, cultivating virtues like honesty, integrity, and courage might seem antiquated, yet they form a crown heavier in wisdom than in gold, quietly revealing itself as the noblest decoration in the silent hours of self-examination. Every decision, unseen yet profoundly impactful, sculpts the landscape of one's being. Material possessions pale before the subtle weight of character, an unmeasurable force silently guiding and influencing lives, much like a gentle current beneath a calm sea. When faced with ethical dilemmas, the choices made, regardless of observation, become the foundation stones of a moral architecture. Small acts of kindness or moments of truthfulness ripple through the tapestry of life, leaving marks that define a person. When faced with choices between expediency and integrity, the latter prevails, aligning deeply with one's values, forging a resilient character, immune to the tides of time and circumstance. Character development intertwines with the habits practiced over a lifetime. As Aristotle wisely stated, we are what we repeatedly do, turning excellence from an act into a habit. Refining habits that resonate with virtues like patience, compassion, and diligence crafts a cycle of virtue. These daily rituals, repeated with intent, imprint permanently on the character's fabric. Setbacks provide opportunities for growth, showing how steadfast commitment to virtue forms the bedrock of true being, not as a path to perfection, but as a way to embrace imperfections with grace. Turn inward to confront the shadow self, where desires and fears dwell, as Carl Jung illuminated. Integrating this shadow into consciousness, rather than indulging or ignoring it, fosters authentic self-awareness and growth. Acknowledging these elements addresses fears and biases, overcoming self-imposed limitations. This introspective journey refines and strengthens character, not worthy of societal approval, but of self-respect and inner harmony. Ignoring the shadow fractures the self. Embracing it inspires monumental leaps toward completeness, empowering a robust and genuine character. The modern lens may perceive vulnerability as weakness, yet true character blossoms when vulnerability is regarded as strength. By revealing one's truest self, unarmored and genuine, deeper connections foster resilience. The teachings of ancient sages echo this philosophy, showing that vulnerability signifies courageous strength. Not an exhibition of fragility, it demonstrates sincerity and empathy. Embracing vulnerability forges a character capable of authenticity and understanding. As Brené Brown asserts, aligning courage with vulnerability to establish authentic living. By allowing pathways for profound connection with oneself and others, a character that flourishes amid life's challenges is achieved. Integrity stands unseen yet essential, an unseen pillar supporting the edifice of character. Align actions with values and words, creating a singular, authentic self in all situations requires integrity. It demands truthfulness, unwavering even under adversity or social pressure. Such a life evokes respect, not by demanding it, but by naturally commanding it. This inner congruency fosters peace, providing daily opportunities to reinforce this pillar by maintaining truthfulness, keeping promises, and standing firm in principles. True character is not forged in triumphs alone, but sculpted through trials and tribulations. The Stoics valued endurance, acknowledging life's inherent unpredictability and challenges.
Facing hardships with courage and resilience reveals character's strength, much like deep roots in an ancient tree. Storms test the mettle of character, and embracing them as refining opportunities align one with higher virtues. This endurance ingrains an unwavering resilience within, evident under pressure, illustrating the Philosopher King's crown's worthiness. Relationships act as mirrors, reflecting back aspects of character we might overlook. Through interactions, nuances of patience, empathy, compassion, and resilience emerge, offering unique perspectives, challenging, and complementing various facets of character. View relationships as sacred and educational spaces. Each connection, in conflict or harmony, exposes nobility or flaws, revealing character and providing opportunities for growth. Through respect, love, and empathy, relationships refine and reinforce character's crown, enriching both self-understanding and mutual insight. Humility, the silent partner of character, tempers pride and maintains grounding. Power without restraint invites arrogance, a crown that eventually crumbles. True humility acknowledges limitations, seeking wisdom from all sources without pretense, recognizing learning as a lifelong endeavor. Genuine self-reflection acknowledges others' contributions, allowing growth through a teachable mindset. Humility, embraced as essential, forges a character balancing confidence with grace, a harmonious blend of wisdom and discernment, inviting respect rather than commanding it. The art of detachment is crucial in cultivating a character rooted in enduring virtues. Detachment, as the Stoics and Buddhists teach, releases the grip of material pursuit and societal validation, forging a path to inner peace and self-mastery. This practice grants the freedom to act without fear or favor, aligning actions with higher principles. By focusing on purposeful living rather than fleeting approval, character reflects immutable values, ensuring life's impermanence doesn't weaken resolve, but instead becomes an unwavering beacon of stability. Navigating moral ambiguity tests character profoundly, with philosophy offering a guiding compass through principles and discernment. In these gray areas, pause to reflect, considering long-term consequences beyond immediate impacts. Embracing moral ambiguity transforms uncertainty into understanding, using timeless values to illuminate modern dilemmas. This practice strengthens character, ensuring actions are guided by virtue and wisdom over impulse. Justice and compassion, dual pillars supporting the crown of character, must integrate successfully. Where justice seeks balance, compassion offers understanding. This integration creates a character firm yet kind, authoritative yet empathetic, a desirable blend for effective leadership. By harnessing strengths, justice upholds values and responsibilities, while compassion nurtures shared humanity within every encounter. This balanced approach fosters harmony, not through ruthless righteousness or permissive benevolence, but through a fusion finding equilibrium. Consider character as both legacy and foundation, shaped by enduring values and lived as a testament to esteemed virtues. Let the legacy transcend temporal achievements, focusing instead on values inspiring future generations, echoing your influence beyond immediate existence. Emphasizing a values-driven legacy affirms character as living principles, not an inert ego testament. This ripple effect enriches communities, modeling for others the path to a character-driven life, encouraged by Marcus Aurelius's wisdom to live for collective understanding. Leadership by example wields supreme influence in character cultivation. The Philosopher King knows that actions echo louder than proclamations. By leading with integrity, compassion, and wisdom, inspire others through lived values. Embrace this form of leadership as sacred duty,
reflecting character depth in every interaction. Allow virtues to guide choices, inviting others into journeys of ethical clarity and personal growth, transforming abstract ideals into tangible actions. A meticulously forged character, rich in virtue and aligned with deeper truths, bedrocks narratives enduring across generations. Let life be a narrative others tell of moral compass and spirit generosity. When actions, not possessions, narrate being, they etch into collective consciousness, influencing those who follow. Character encourages an enduring story, a living legacy defined not by material gains, but by timeless virtue embodiment. Carrying forth these stories, reminder of noble living crowned with virtue, echoes through collective remembrance. An unseen inner scaffold, constructed through moral conviction and conscientious reflection, supports character. This structure weathers life's vicissitudes, upholding truths the soul esteems. Like a spine supporting the body, ethical convictions sustain character, ensuring alignment with virtues amidst external pressure. Reinforce this scaffold with growth-centered inner dialogues and self-inquiry. Regular introspection ensures a dynamic foundation, providing resilience capable of adapting, yet unwavering, urging life's navigation by principles. Resilience, crafted amidst life's unpredictability, signifies refined character. Character doesn't avoid adversity, but emerges from its crucible, emblematic of philosopher kingship. Embrace adversities as development opportunities, with the Stoics reminding us how such trials refine and reveal capacities. Through consistent resilience practice, develop a dignified character, standing firm amidst life's tempests. Aligning character with purpose elevates existence, transforming survival into enrichment. Purpose, a north star of character, instills belonging and contribution, steering actions toward meaningful pursuits. A clear purpose transforms each moment into a canvas brushstroke, shaping intentionally lived life. Define purpose through introspection, resonating with deeper values to channel efforts into fulfilling directions. Reinforcing character's integrity through this journey. Alignment between actions and inner values is essential for authentic character, with inconsistencies fostering dissonance and congruency bringing peace. Each decision reflects values, promoting congruency that fortifies authenticity. Pursue this alignment, resisting compromise, honoring a personal commitment to genuine living, recognizing opportunities to ensure values guide actions consistently. Deep reflection is integral to cultivating wisdom, a foundational character cornerstone. Greek philosophers revered reflection as a means to distill experience into lasting wisdom. This practice fosters continuous character evolution, ensuring all experiences contribute to wisdom's tapestry. Carve time for reflection, questioning assumptions and exploring perspectives, fostering growth. Wisdom refines self-understanding, anchored in depth, enriched by varied experiences. Character shapes indelibly through the transmutation of pain into strength. This transformation requires seeing growth potential beyond immediate suffering, presenting a choice to succumb or use pain as resilience fuel. Recognizing pain as a transformation catalyst solidifies character virtues. This alchemy nurtures empathy and wisdom, seasoned life's crucible, infusing character with inspiring power, exemplifying human spirit's capacity to thrive. A character guided by virtue and wisdom encapsulates a legacy of grace. This legacy transcends tangible accomplishments, evident in displayed kindness and imparted wisdom throughout daily life. Such a character leaves quiet influence, persistent beyond individual narratives. Cultivate life underpinned by grace,
focusing on small, meaningful gestures rippling outward. Embrace intentional gracefulness, leaving echoes inspiring positive change, emerging not from deeds, but from a character's profound life impact. Empathy broadens character horizons, fostering understanding and connection with others' experiences, creating pathways for compassion. Empathy aligns perspectives with collective journeys, nurturing boundaries, extending inclusivity. Practice empathy by seeking understanding, active listening, embracing diverse experiences, revealing nuances and shared understandings. Through empathy, a character deepens in wisdom, uniting humanity within its embrace. Amid life's noise, moments of silence and stillness offer refuge, self-realignment sanctuaries. These crucibles cultivate emerging wisdom, fortifying virtues. Integrate these moments into life's cadence, inviting cleansing stillness and harmonizing insights. Through deliberate silences, shape character's crown, solidifying understanding and articulations, and embracing moments for their transformative potential. Character intertwines with the eternal quest for meaning, pursued through life's continuum, transcending goals and rooting actions in profound truths. A character aligned with meaning remains dynamic, seeking higher callings. Engage in meaning pursuit as character forging, embracing philosophical inquiry and existential exploration. This personal journey resonates universally, reflecting endless desires to uncover depth beyond immediate conversions. Through this journey, character achieves flexibility, resilience, and profound illumination of life's beauty. In the vast landscapes of human endeavor, the truest kingdom, the grandest empire, is the one residing within. This internal realm, expansive and profound, offers a journey unmatched in its challenges and rewards. While history speaks of rulers claiming lands and seas, the most remarkable testament to power lies in mastering oneself. Here, in this inner dominion, thoughts, emotions, and habits form the terrain. No crown or scepter is needed. This kingdom demands understanding and discipline, akin to mastering a complex language or refining an art form. The Philosopher King knows that genuine strength emanates from within. Before exerting influence upon the external world, one must comprehend and navigate the dynamics of this internal realm. Here reside conflicting forces, reason and passion, fear and courage, pride and humility. When unaddressed, such forces lead to chaos, spilling over into the world beyond. Yet, when harmonized through conscious effort, they transform into a profound source of power, balancing the self into an exemplary force. Our minds, battlegrounds for myriad thoughts, clamor for attention and dominance. It is within these mental fiefdoms that one must establish sovereignty. Like fleeting shadows cast by external circumstances, our thoughts are influenced by perceptions and experiences, transient as waves. Mastery involves observing these thoughts with detachment, distinguishing those that serve the higher self from those that lead astray. As Epictetus wisely noted, it is not things themselves that disturb us, but our interpretations of them. It is not a forceful endeavor, but gentle cultivation. Meditation, journaling, and introspective reflection teach us to discern and nurture which thoughts to cultivate. Over time, the mind evolves from a chaotic battleground into a serene haven, a place where clarity prevails and intention reigns. Emotion, too, is a potent aspect of the inner kingdom. To navigate this realm requires the wisdom of an alchemist, one who can transform emotions into enlightenment. Unexamined, emotions can become tempestuous, dictating our actions and reactions. Yet, rather than denying them,
One must transform their raw energy into wisdom, akin to turning base metal into gold. Emotions, transient states rather than permanent fixtures, are revealed through mindfulness and reflection. Sitting with an emotion, unweaving its origins, we find fear might arise from future uncertainties, anger from unmet needs. Understanding these emotions' roots, we transform them. Like an alchemist with elements, practicing patience and discernment allows emotions to become tools for self-discovery, illuminating self-mastery's path. Habits, too, are architects of our inner world, each one crafting the edifice of our character. Whether constructive or detrimental, every habit lays a brick in our character structure. The Stoics understood the impact of habits, emphasizing their role in life's course through daily practice. Beneficial habits are fortified walls, shielding the self from chaos. But habits, if unexamined, risk becoming self-imposed prisons. To sculpt meaningful habits requires intent. It's like renovating an old structure. Careful dismantling, thoughtful reconstruction, ensuring each habit aligns with values and vision, over time results in habits that represent diligent self-mastery craftsmanship. Self-control, vigilant guardian of the inner kingdom, protects against impulsive desires. Without this control, external forces breach the self's fortress, leading to vulnerability. True self-control comes not from suppression, but understanding and regulating impulses. Socrates spoke of its liberating power, asserting disciplined individuals are truly free. To achieve self-control demands continuous practice, awareness of triggers, managing strategies, setting boundaries. This habitual practice becomes profound, allowing the inner kingdom to flourish free from manipulation. Reflection serves as the soul's mirror, revealing the true nature of inner landscapes. In thoughtful reflection, one examines actions, motives, successes, and failures, illuminating patterns. This practice doesn't dwell on past mistakes, but learns from them, recalibrating paths with newfound wisdom. Structured through journaling or meditation, reflection resembles gardening, identifying weeds, nurturing fruitful plants. Regular reflection deepens understanding, enhancing authority over internal complexities and reinforcing self-mastery. Mindfulness, both tool and discipline, is essential for ruling oneself. Amidst modern hustle, mindfulness centers the self, creating calm amidst chaos. It cultivates awareness, engaging the present moment fully, enabling clearer decisions and deeper connection. Mindfulness involves regular practice, meditation, conscious breathing, present engagement in activities. These practices refine the mind, enhancing focus, clarity, and resilience. Mindfulness deepens the self, aligning actions and thoughts with highest principles, transcending self-governance while inviting profound connection. In self-governance, patience stands as sovereign virtue. Often mistaken for inaction, patience is active time engagement, recognizing transformation's gradual nature. Patience involves trusting in one's broader journey arc, nurturing growth patiently. It fortifies against haste, fostering resilience in uncertainty, allowing equanimity. Over time, patience isn't merely strategy, but self-rule attribute, testament to inner strength and wisdom. Forgiveness becomes a powerful self-mastery tool, freeing from resentment's shackles. While seen as others' gift, forgiveness foremost liberates oneself, acknowledging past wounds, releasing burdens, obstructing harmony. It's understanding and letting go, reclaiming emotional sovereignty. Exercising forgiveness transcends blame cycles, lifts negativity's veil clouding perception, cultivating compassion and strength through release. Boundaries, essential to self-rule, preserve inner peace,
not isolating, but guiding healthier interactions. They reflect limits, values, needs, fortifying the inner kingdom against encroachment. Establishing boundaries requires clarity and assertiveness, ensuring peace and integrity. They're dynamic, evolving with self-growth, a commitment to maintaining the inner realm's sanctity. Self-awareness is the king's mirror, reflecting inner kingdom essence. It provides insight into thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, cornerstone of self-rule. Self-awareness isn't a passive but active, guiding informed decisions and actions. Cultivating self-awareness involves courage, facing the self devoid of judgment, utilizing meditation and journaling to enhance observation. Continuous self-awareness transcends ego's limitations, guiding the inner realm towards authenticity. Inner stillness, serene, sovereign foundation, counters constant noise with introspective sanctuary. It's profound peace where mind and soul rest and rejuvenate. Nurturing stillness requires practices, meditation, deep breathing. In the intricate dance of life, we often find ourselves tethered by the invisible strings of our past, shaped by scripts we did not consciously choose. These scripts, woven from familial expectations, societal norms, and personal experiences, craft roles that bind us to versions of ourselves we may have outgrown. They form patterns in our perceptions of success, happiness, and self-worth, subtly guiding us without our explicit consent. Once, these scripts were necessary, serving as survival mechanisms or safe havens in the complex maze of early life chapters. Yet, over time, what was once a foundation can congeal into a restrictive cage, confining us behind familiar yet outdated bars. Letting go of the identities these scripts impose is an act of liberation, a shedding of skins that no longer reflect our inner truths. This process demands introspection and a courageous engagement with discomfort, a journey that is neither swift nor effortless. Yet, within this shedding lies the potential for profound growth and renewal. As we realize these past identities, while influential, do not delineate the entirety of our being. They are memories, markers of where we've been, but do not anchor us to an immovable destination. The path forward calls for conscious choice, a step into the light of authentic self-discovery, away from the lingering shadows of outdated narratives. The essence of transformation lies in embracing impermanence, understanding that existence itself is a river, flowing ever forward through the landscape of our lives. Holding on to static identities is akin to resisting the river's current, clinging to what was at the expense of what could be. Impermanence is not just a mental construct, but an invitation to soulful surrender, a release of attachments without dismissing the significance of each chapter lived. This acceptance frees us from the anchors of past identities, granting us the courage to rewrite our stories without the constraints of who we once were, but with inspiration from the endless possibilities of who we can become. In this journey of release, a compassionate heart is essential. Our bygone roles carry with them echoes of regret, nostalgia, and sometimes shame, requiring healing through forgiveness, not only towards others, but also toward ourselves. As we foster gentle compassion, we allow ourselves to acknowledge that every choice and mistake was integral to our personal evolution. Letting go becomes a tender parting with gratitude for the lessons imparted, a ceremonial farewell that honors our growth and paves the way for new narratives, unburdened by the weight of self-criticism. Yet, in this letting go, we must discern the fine line between detachment and indifference. Detachment is an enlightened awareness that recognizes life's transient nature, freeing us from past dependencies while honoring the value of each experience. It is a loving release that respects each identity for its role in our journey. In contrast, indifference severs emotional connections with cold dismissal, forsaking the nurturing element essential in true liberation. Embracing detachment with wisdom allows us to view our evolving selves with objectivity, releasing history's hold while making space for our highest good. Forgiving oneself is one of the most challenging yet liberating acts on this path of reinvention. We often clutch past identities due to unresolved guilt or emotions tied to past actions. To transcend, we must cultivate self-forgiveness as a healing balm. Reflect on your life's journey with empathy, acknowledging that each decision contributed to who you are now. Forgive yourself for roads taken and those left unexplored. Mistakes, seen in hindsight, are seeds of wisdom, not endpoints. Self-forgiveness unlocks the chains of the past, opening a heart unburdened by regret to new experiences. Regrets linger like shadows over old identities, whispering of what might have been and anchoring us in past errors. Yet, to dwell in regret is to hinder progress. The conscious transformation of regret into resilience involves viewing each experience as a lesson rather than an insurmountable mistake. Every choice, imperfections included, adds to the mosaic of self. By accepting past errors as part of the self-discovery process, regret's hold diminishes, allowing us to step beyond old scripts, viewing them not as failures, but as essential stones on the path to realization. As we liberate ourselves, fertile ground for crafting new narratives emerges. This creative act requires vision and intention, an art form of uncovering, not constructing, false personas. It calls us to weave stories aligning with our authentic selves, resonating with core values and aspirations, rather than societal expectations. New insights should guide this creation, allowing narratives to grow dynamically, reflecting a life realigned with purpose and truth. Reflection becomes a sacred mirror in this process, providing clarity as we examine our inner landscapes. It offers a foundation on which new identities can be constructed, unearthing patterns that need transformation while celebrating enduring strengths. Through solitude pervaded by introspection, the whispers of the soul are heard, prompting changes born of deep self-awareness. This deliberate reflection is crucial, inviting us to delve deeper into our truths and emerge renewed. Rituals of release become tangible means of moving forward, marking transitions in our personal narratives. Intentional acts, whether writing letters to past selves or engaging in symbolic gestures like burning items linked with old roles, provide closure and uphold the significance of past identities while creating space for new ones. Such rituals ceremoniously mark our commitment to reinvention, signaling our readiness to embrace change with dignity. Through this journey, self-compassion emerges as a constant companion, recognizing the courage it takes to rewrite personal narratives. Unlike self-criticism, which harshly judges, self-compassion becomes a nurturing voice, fostering growth and resilience during difficult moments. As you navigate this path, ground yourself in compassion, celebrating progress and viewing setbacks as integral to a winding journey full of trials and triumphs. Fear often stands as a gatekeeper to transformation, its whispers of doubt casting shadows over paths yet untrodden. To transcend this fear, recognize it as an innate response to unknowns. Approach change with courage, viewing each step as an opportunity rather than a threat. As fear's grip loosens, you'll find room for exhilaration and discovery, trusting that embracing change begets growth and new narratives aligned with your true self. Releasing past identities is a liberation, not from responsibility, but from constraints, allowing the soul to breathe freely. This act of release enriches rather than diminishes, creating opportunities to choose paths aligned with desires and values. Releasing past constraints becomes a celebration of freedom, not a withdrawal from growth. Step into new realms with courage, crafting identities unfettered by past limits. Embracing a beginner's mindset is transformative, inviting curiosity and openness to explore unworn paths with wonder. This mindset eschews perceived knowledge traps, allowing room for new learning and experiences. With humility, day by day, the world opens as a canvas where fresh insights and growth are painted. By welcoming a beginner's mindset, we reinvigorate the soul with anticipation and the joy of continuous discovery. Societal influence crafts roles and expectations that often dictate choices, creating personas tailored more for external validation than personal fulfillment. Emancipating oneself requires recognizing and questioning these external narratives, reevaluating alignment with personal truths. Through discernment and courage, new identities aligned with authenticity emerge, adhering to personal principles over societal dictates. A supportive environment is a crucible for successful reinvention, comprising relationships that nurture growth. Those who honor your evolving identity without judgment, whether friends, mentors, or communities, fortify your resolve during challenging transitions. In shared experiences, mutual encouragement and insights prop up the evolving self, cultivating a fertile landscape for personal evolution. Embracing vulnerability is paramount in change, requiring courage to confront emotions linked with past roles while nurturing healing. Vulnerability is a strength inviting deeper insights, dismantling defenses built around identity and paving anew with authenticity. Celebrating this openness fosters connection, resilience, and authenticity throughout the journey. Gratitude serves as a grounding balm through transitions, shifting focus from loss to the richness of growth facilitated by past roles. Practicing gratitude transforms release into a celebration of progress, emphasizing gain over loss. By reflecting on positive past aspects, thankfulness refines the reinvention process, allowing transformation to unfold gracefully. Redefining success is critical, moving beyond societal constructs centered on status and wealth. Success, when redefined, aligns with inner contentment, reflecting evolving aspirations and personal growth. By moving beyond external benchmarks, we embrace a life interwoven with meaning, personal fulfillment, and authentic prosperity. Core values illuminate this path as guiding stars, offering direction and clarity. Aligning with these intrinsic values establishes a foundation upon which authentic identities are crafted. Through introspection, rediscover values that resonate with your essence, allowing them to guide decisions and actions that faithfully reflect your true self. Navigating uncertainty requires courage, the unknown paths of transformation demanding trust and personal evolution. Embrace this uncertainty as a canvas for limitless possibilities, painting bold new narratives. With resolve, embrace this journey, finding solace not solely in destinations, but in the unfolding endeavor itself. Mindfulness serves as a guardian of presence during reinvention, countering past regrets and future anxieties by anchoring in the now. It fosters a profound connection with self, fostering clarity and intention.
Practicing mindfulness through meditation or momentary reflection creates a space where new narratives evolve, unfettered by old moments.
In exploring personal narratives, delve unapologetically into the stories that bind past with potential. These stories, shaped by experiences and inner dialogue, require examination to uncover truths ready to emerge. By questioning recurring themes and challenging beliefs, we reclaim the artistry of self-narration, realigning identities with who we are innately. Transformation is a dance between change and continuity, each movement honoring both the new and the enduring. As old identities fall away, the essence persists, anchoring us through growth. Embrace continuity as a stabilizing presence, while welcoming change that fosters dynamism, allowing identities to evolve authentically alongside personal development. The dance of identity and expression invites creativity, reflecting our evolving selves by embracing renewed forms of self-articulation. Free from past constraints, expression honors individuality and authenticity, celebrating the creative process through diverse forms. In this interplay, identities uniquely flourish, unapologetically projecting truths into the world. The ultimate aim of killing old scripts with kindness is a journey to authenticity, harmonizing inner truths with outward life. Authenticity fosters a life lived aligned with your core, free from bygone confines. Celebrate the journey's courage, acknowledging each step progresses a faithful narrative, inching us closer to a genuine, fulfilling existence.
In the tumultuous symphony of life, silence often emerges as the most profound note. To sit on the throne of stillness is to embrace the power within quietude. Amidst the endless noise, finding retreat in silence is a mastery in itself. It is within this calm that one's authentic thoughts can emerge, untainted by the tumult of external opinions. This inner silence is not merely the absence of sound, but an active serenity, welcoming profound insights that float to the surface like gentle whispers from within. Silence ushers us into the essence of being. It is a journey inward, where the chatter of the mind dissolves, uncovering an authentic self untouched by facade. This quietude may initially seem daunting, peeling away layers of illusions we tenaciously hold. Yet, as we delve deeper into silence, we begin to hear the music of our soul, the truths patiently waiting beneath the surface, unspoken, yearning for acknowledgement. To sit on the throne of stillness is to invite solitude as a companion, embracing the clarity and peace it offers, and forging a presence unshakable in its tranquility. Stoic philosophy teaches us to understand the universe as guided by its own wisdom, indifferent to our desires or fears. Embracing this wisdom, we respond to life's chaos with calm, recognizing peace arises not from controlling the external, but mastering the internal. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, knew true power lies not in commanding others, but in navigating one's own thoughts and emotions with grace. Here, we shift from mere reaction to thoughtful response, learning to pause and observe without judgment. This practice transforms philosophy from an abstract idea into lived experience, guiding us through life's challenges with equanimity and acceptance. Meditation paves the path to stillness, offering refuge from the ceaseless demands of existence. It is a slowing down, an inward turn, allowing the mind to find its natural equilibrium, undisturbed by external chaos. Through regular practice, meditation unlocks the door to stillness, a throne where the mind finds balance and tranquility. In this practice, thoughts rise and fall like waves, yet our true self remains steadfast and grounded. This steady center, the throne of stillness, fosters an environment for transformative clarity, allowing the mind to ponder life's true purpose. Listening is an art often neglected in our haste to be heard. It requires engaging with the quiet beneath the noise, opening oneself to the subtle exchanges that go beyond words. On the throne of stillness, we hone the capacity to listen deeply, not only to those around us, but also to the quiet wisdom within. Mindful listening becomes a profound practice, demanding full presence. In these moments, we are no longer crafting responses, but immersing ourselves in the experience of another, a connection that transcends superficial exchanges. This sacred attention nourishes the soul, a rare gift in our often noise-filled world.
Nature, with its inherent stillness, imparts lessons of patience and endurance through mere existence. The quietude of forests, rivers, and mountains whispers an unspoken wisdom of balance and harmony. Nature invites us to return to our own center, to sit quietly and observe life's unfaltering rhythms. Stillness in nature is not stagnation, but poised vitality. In aligning with the natural world, we learn that everything has its season, a revelation we carry back into our lives, fostering patience, resilience, and grace. Patience, a close ally to stillness, is the grace to endure, wait, and trust in life's unfolding. On the throne of stillness, patience emerges not as passivity, but an active resilience, rooted in acceptance. Trusting the timing of life allows growth to flourish naturally. This cultivated patience enables us to stand firm during life's storms. It is the quiet confidence of self-knowledge and trust in one's path. In embracing patience, we release the urge for instant gratification, allowing the universe to reveal its wisdom in due time. This patience transforms stillness into strength.
In the silent corridors of self-awareness, we come to understand the essence of true leadership, a concept not tethered to the clamor of loud declarations or the tally of followers amassed. It resides instead in the serene conviction of our inner truths. Like the Philosopher King, who rules not through popular consensus, but through unwavering adherence to principles, we learn that influence is merely a consequence of authenticity. Those in constant pursuit of external validation often find themselves adrift in the volatile seas of fleeting approval, while those who cultivate inner strength recognize that true leadership emerges from embodying timeless principles that resonate with the human condition. Consider the genuine leader as a lighthouse, steadfast amid the relentless waves, shedding light for others so they may navigate their unique paths, not dictating a singular course. This quiet guidance is interwoven into the leader's everyday actions, decisions, and the unwavering integrity with which they encounter the world. Influence becomes a natural offshoot of this alignment, neither demanding attention nor commanding obedience, but earning respect through consistent demonstrations of virtue and wisdom. In life's grand tapestry, the most profound leaders leave their mark not with a pressing force, but with an inspiration that encourages others to discover their own light. True leadership goes beyond the superficial enactment of authority, originating from an earnest embodiment of values that acknowledge humanity's complex nature. To lead without followers, one must become a living testament to the values they espouse, engaging deeply with their essence and integrating their beliefs into every fabric of their existence. In embodying their principles, leaders transform into vessels of wisdom, transcending tradition to dynamically evolve while remaining true to their core. Reflect on historical figures such as Socrates, who dared to question prevailing beliefs, or Gandhi,
whose resistance through nonviolence changed history. They neither enforced their views nor sought followers. They simply lived their truths. This art of embodiment requires unwavering dedication to personal growth and openness to refinement, as leaders find strength in genuine experience and insightful authority. Presence is the silent symphony orchestrating a leader's influence, born not of dominance, but of the palpable energy emanated from an individual deeply attuned to their inner world. The Philosopher King exemplifies this presence, their demeanor steady and composed, a resonance burgeoning even in silence. Leadership in this sphere becomes an intuitive dance, seamlessly moving between action and reflection, engagement and stillness, untethered by the need for overt control or declarations. To cultivate such presence, one must master listening, both inwardly and outwardly, tuning into intuition's subtle whispers while embracing the stories and experiences of others. This presence forges a bridge, connecting inner explorations with external narratives. Leadership emerges as a natural extension of one's being, subtly transforming interactions and guiding others through the depths of human connection without dictating their path. In the journey of becoming a Philosopher King, one must understand that influence is not contingent upon formal authority. The significant misconception is that power is inherently tied to title or position. On the contrary, influence stems from the capacity to inspire change through evolution and strength of character. Those who lead without seeking followers transcend customary power structures, focusing on embodying values, gently rippling outward with potency. Free from the bindings of imposed authority, the Philosopher King embraces a leadership style enshrined in mutual respect and collaboration, not enforcement, but encouragement. By cultivating spaces where individuals feel valued and empowered, the leader creates domains for others to excel, drawing strength from collective synergy rather than dictatorial cadence. Influence here becomes an invitation to grow, not a command to obey. Imagine wisdom as the compass guiding the leader through life's ocean of complexities. With wisdom as their guiding star, Philosopher Kings navigate storms, threatening their equilibrium, emerging with clarity and direction. Wisdom transcends temporary brilliance, providing sustained guidance through observation, reflection, and mistakes turned to insights. It kindles a steady fire within, allowing leaders to meet and transform challenges into opportunities for profound growth. By embodying wisdom, the Philosopher King inspires those around them, invoking transformation from abstract ideas into tangible action. Wisdom translates leadership into a living narrative, crafting possibilities and fostering an environment where others contribute their unique perspectives to a communal tapestry. A leader leaves a legacy through example, a life testifying to cherished virtues. Deeds, not decrees, resonate louder, and a leader's life becomes a model for others to emulate, ponder, and personalize in their journey. Leading by example fosters integrity, where actions consistently align with stated values. Grounding forces influence subtly, encouraging introspection and evolution beyond preconceived assumptions, driven by silent yet powerful leadership sowing seeds of inspiration that bloom into collective transformation. Through authenticity, the Philosopher King forges an environment of continuous improvement, fostering unity, growth, and transcendence within communities. Nurturing an inner vision becomes the leader's foundation, directing purpose and actions born from self-awareness and contemplation, aligning with cherished values to guide through complexities. This vision, wrought from introspection, anchors the Philosopher King's leadership. It is not a mere projection of ambitions,
but an authentic alignment with core truths. Through introspection, a dynamic vision emerges, guiding others, illuminating a supportive path not of dictation, but of personal exploration and contribution. Empowerment transcends command. The Philosopher King recognizes true leadership as a facilitator of potential, inspiring individuals to find their voice, embrace potential, and thrive, transforming collective evolution and boundless contributions. By empowering others, Philosopher Kings foster environments fostering resilience, innovation, and collaboration grounded in mutual respect. This nurturing space empowers every individual, inviting them to lead in their unique right and contribute authentically, emboldening a legacy of empowerment and transformation. Humility rests at the core of authentic leadership, harmonizing the Philosopher King's ability to lead without necessitating followers. Recognizing their vast interconnectedness and inherent fragility enhances growth, igniting wisdom and empathy to flourish unchecked by ego.
Humility transforms leadership into inclusivity and nurturing, actively listening and valuing diverse perspectives to embrace uncertainty for growth. With humility, leaders welcome diverse contributions, creating a collective tapestry of wisdom, fostering exploration and mutual respect. Such an environment transcends traditional authority into communal growth, encouraging sustainable innovation while highlighting leadership not as a directive force, but a collaborative guide on shared transformation. The legacy of a Philosopher King intertwines with those they touch, not through acclaim, but their quiet impact. Leading without followers creates lasting influence rooted in authenticity, virtue, and wisdom, enduring beyond visible monuments to become timeless ripples. The subtleties of influence resonate indefinitely. This quiet legacy, unaffected by recognition constraints, thrives in the values and insights championed, fostering ongoing introspection and growth in all who encounter their presence. In nurturing community, the Philosopher King dissolves traditional hierarchies to allow collaboration and individual voices to impact equally. Emerging leadership invites community evolution through shared narratives and aspirations. Philosopher Kings foster mutual respect and collaboration, replacing hierarchies through relational leadership where guidance is reciprocal and growth organic. By redefining leadership as shared, they breathe life into boundless communities, sparking energy, transcending conventional constraints with interconnection and possibility. With silent authority, Philosopher Kings exhibit revered leadership, felt in presence, not voice, projecting influence through integrity and compassionate engagement. This quiet authority emphasizes harmony, embodying restraint and demonstrating strength in simple presence, offering silent guidance through subtle connections. Leadership becomes an intuitive influence through harmonious integration and adaptability, illustrating essence into resilience, cultivating empowerment, and nurturing community and shared transformation. Inner transformation serves as alchemy for the Philosopher King, shaping personal growth into change, rippling beyond the individual. Embracing introspection catalyzes profound shifts, encouraging collective awakening. Philosopher Kings model journeys of personal metamorphosis, inspiring others, expanding internal evolution's echo into broader realms of transformation. By fostering change, they create a living testament to leadership as movement, cooperation and shared elevation, entwining personal insights into community and legacy. The quiet impact of vision guides transformative leadership through authenticity and empathy. Visionary leaders construct new realities, designing collaboration spaces. With insights and consistent values, they work subtly, inviting communities to engage and co-create legacies infused with imagination and innovation. Through unseen forces, their influence unfolds, encouraging collective growth and reminding of potential to shape an enriched future, awakening visionary exploration. Finally, leading without followers entails understanding the perpetual dance with impermanence, recognizing growth thrives amid dynamic interactions. The Philosopher King navigates impermanence gracefully, rooted in timeless principles. Honoring transience elevates enduring values, guiding amidst life's fluidity. This balance respects permanence and transience, crafting sustainable growth as a symbiotic dance of personal and communal evolution, engaging presence with resilient harmony toward perpetual unfolding and regeneration. Resilience lies central to the Philosopher King's ethos, transforming life's challenges into growth opportunities. As guardians of fortitude, they inspire embracing life's adversities as catalysts for introspection and understanding. Refining resilience cultivates vulnerability and connection, providing collective strength, empowering new challenges to shine. Philosopher King's shared resilience augments legacies of empowerment, nurturing networks where endurance and growth form the foundation of endless exploration and renewal. Ultimately, leading naturally transcends into enduring legacy. The Philosopher King's impact stretches beyond immediate environments and moments into future generations, aligning life with principles and inviting others to do the same. By crafting extant legacies resonating through time, Philosopher Kings inspire others to embody authenticity in pursuit of shared aspirations, encouraging transformations woven through their unity in the ever-unfolding narrative of human experience. Legacy resonates with the echoes of authenticity, far beyond the mere pursuit of influence. It is not in the collection of wealth or the inscribing of one's name on towering monuments. True legacy pulses with the lifeblood of principles lived and values silently taught through actions that need no proclamation. It is forged in the tangible presence of integrity, as each day carves our values into the fabric of time, not through grandiloquent speeches, but through the resonance of lived experiences. This journey explores how a life of substance, punctuated by actions that become louder than words, etches one's essence into the annals of history, ensuring that long after the voice falls silent, its wisdom echoes on. In the quiet moments of introspection, consider every word spoken as a seed sown into the fertile soil of humanity. These seeds grow into ideas, beliefs, and changes that outlive their planter, sprouting long after their utterance. The potency of our words lies not in eloquence alone, but in their capacity to heal or wound, to build bridges or erect walls. Understanding this profound impact is crucial in making deliberate choices in our expressions. By doing so, every word becomes a legacy, enduring beyond self-interest and serving the broader human tapestry with intention. As one meditates on the power of spoken words, it's essential to remember that our communication transcends ephemeral self-interest when planted with sincerity and a genuine service to others. For instance, Marcus Aurelius's meditations continue to inspire because they were a personal odyssey, not intended for an audience, but to cultivate his own soul. Such words, grounded in authenticity and connection, resonate on their own merit and ripple unseen through time. Speaking with intention, sincerity, and compassion, we tend our invisible garden, one that flourishes and inspires long after we are gone. Actions reflect the ripples sent across the water's surface, each one extending far past its initial point of contact. Like pebbles cast into a pond, they echo through time, touching lives we may never meet. When actions root themselves in virtue and wisdom, they create echoes that inspire and inform, serving as lasting sources of reflection and guidance. Consider philosopher kings and sages. Their deeds carved paths of righteousness for others to follow, not through volume, but through the silent authority of choice. While actions speak louder than words, it is the intent behind them that molds their legacy. A life laced with deliberate, conscience-driven action crafts an echo that vibrates through generations. In the vast corridors of the mind, envision it as a sprawling library where every experience and lesson is a book upon the shelves. Some volumes gather dust, yet they brim with untapped wisdom, while others are well-thumbed favorites shaping decisions and perspectives. The philosopher kings of yore recognized the importance of a curated internal library as a vital instrument in living a quote-worthy life. Constantly adding to and reflecting on these tomes builds a personal repository of wisdom, informing future thoughts and deeds. Cultivating this inner library demands intentionality, seeking diverse perspectives, not only from one's own life, but from the enduring stories of those who came before. Through this mental collection, rich with the classics of human experience, one ensures their actions and decisions stand the test of time. Virtue stands at the heart of philosophical inquiry, a beacon guiding those seeking a life of meaning. Courage, wisdom, temperance, and justice serve as pillars propping up the character structure, essential to leaving a profound legacy. When life is guided by these principles, actions align with the greater good, crafting a moral blueprint for others to emulate. A virtuous life eschews external validation or accolades in favor of internal satisfaction, knowing one's actions harmonize with timeless principles. Living virtuously mandates continuous introspection, ensuring actions align with higher values, becoming a legacy that embodies inspiration for others to pursue their path toward greatness. Each of us carries an inner compass pointing toward true north, the conscience. This moral guide helps navigate the complexities of life, shaping a legacy steeped in authenticity and virtue. Trusting one's conscience requires courage, tapping into the still, small voice amidst the cacophony of external opinions. By heeding this inner guidance, we craft lives reflecting our truest selves, grounded in decisions that resonate with timeless authenticity. Cultivating awareness of our conscience forges a legacy informed by enduring values, speaking not only to our time but across the ages. Listening, an art often overlooked, is vital for crafting a life of substance and connection. It requires silencing internal dialogue to absorb others' perspectives and experiences truly. Such profound attentiveness allows insights to emerge, not only about others but about ourselves. This receptivity enriches personal legacy, enhancing empathy and understanding. By granting moments of deep listening, wisdom reveals itself, whether from another soul or the quiet whisper within. Each interaction becomes an opportunity to learn and integrate lessons, propelling both the listener and the speaker towards growth. To live a life of resonance, one must become the embodiment of cherished principles. This transformation, belief into action, aligns one's existence with core values, creating a living testament to integrity. Beyond mere advocacy, it's an unwavering commitment to authentic living, guiding others to mirror this alignment with their truths. Embodying principles demands resilience and authenticity, challenging societal norms, yet initiating genuine expression that signifies a tangible legacy, resonating through generations and inspiring those we encounter.
History speaks volumes of those whose sheer influence shaped the course of events, leaving an imprint etched deeply into time's memory. Influence, untethered from titles or positions, arises from touching hearts and challenging minds. A life worth quoting boasts a charisma rooted in integrity, steering others with a gentle yet persuasive force that inspires meaningful transformation. As an enduring legacy, influence transcends immediate impact, seeding change that blooms long beyond the initial touch. When grounded in authenticity and respect, it encourages thought, exploration, and growth amongst others, forming ripples that echo timelessly.
Navigating life involves balancing ambition and contentment, a delicate dance nurturing personal growth while preserving inner peace. Ambition propels us beyond limits, challenging us to achieve greatness, while unchecked ambition traps us in dissatisfaction, ceaselessly striving for unattainable goals. Meanwhile, contentment fosters joy in the present, savoring life's gifts, but risks turning into complacency. Harmonizing these aspects crafts a legacy replete with both impact and grounded serenity, inspiring purpose and fulfillment. This equilibrium provides guidance in a life that resounds with purpose and balanced fulfillment, enduring and inspiring beyond the superficial. We are authors, protagonists of our life's narrative, crafting stories that shape identity and influence the greater saga of humanity. Consciously choosing themes, challenges, and triumphs defines the journey, serving as a compass, guiding decisions through adversity. The myth we create, not only for ourselves, but for those who witness our tale, imparts values and lessons that linger as part of our enduring legacy. Embracing the storyteller's role, one crafts a story that harmonizes past, present, and future, resonating with authenticity, leaving not just a life worth quoting, but a tale worth sharing. Mortality dances alongside us, a specter reminding us of life's finite nature. Acknowledging this truth imbues each moment with appreciation, urging us to live consciously, ensuring our actions leave a meaningful imprint on the world. This awareness serves as a clarion call for purposeful living, posturing us to examine whether our lives embody cherished values and contribute to something grander than ourselves. Confronting mortality may evoke discomfort, yet offers profound clarity, prioritizing what's truly valuable. By embracing life's impermanence, wisdom and gratitude flourish, each experience a chance to learn and grow. Presence, an often elusive state amidst life's distractions, demands cultivation of awareness in the here and now. Engaging fully with each moment enriches relationships and heightens self-understanding. By practicing mindfulness and intentionality, life transforms as mundane tasks become meaningful, contributing richness to the legacy we create. A life of presence savors each experience, fostering authenticity and intentionality, leaving a lasting impact that encourages others to truly be, creating legacies woven with depth and mindfulness. Rituals anchor life, grounding us amidst chaos, providing stability and continuity. These intentional practices allow reflection and introspection, connecting us with ourselves and humanity. Incorporating rituals frames life with mindfulness and intentionality, forming a weave that supports individual growth. Through conscientious repetition, we cement values into lived experiences, ensuring actions retain harmony with life's purpose. Cultivating rituals aligns our actions and intentions, creating a life steeped in impact and reflection, sustaining an enduring and meaningful legacy. Stories bridge generations, offering connection and a shared human tapestry. Living a life worth quoting often includes sharing narratives, insights, and wisdom that resonate beyond one's sphere. Vulnerability in storytelling invites authentic self-revelation, inspiring empathy and transformation, leaving ripples that resonate broadly. Embracing the storyteller's role, one's unique tale transforms into a legacy, offering a wealth of wisdom, enriching the collective understanding, and leaving behind bridges that connect.
Change is an immutable facet of existence, demanding courageous acceptance for those crafting legacies of growth. Embracing change with an open heart underscores personal development and resilience, becoming a beacon for others. Trust in oneself and life enables navigation through uncertainty, embracing new opportunities. As transformations unfold, flexibility and resilience emerge, refining character and broadening perspectives. Emboldened by change, a renewed purpose catalyzes legacy transformation, empowering contributions with creativity, purpose, and adaptability.
Seek joy within the journey, an appreciation enriching the legacy we leave. Whereas pursuit targets the legacy left, the journey itself evolves into a rich tapestry of wonder and gratitude, seeping into our surroundings, inspiring those around us. Joy in the unfolding allows curiosity and openness, affording meaning in unexpected moments. Celebrating growth fosters a legacy abundant with gratitude and connection, a wellspring reciprocated by others, and by seeing each step as a victory. Compassionate leadership transcends titles, embodying empathy, understanding, and service. Such leadership inspires, guiding individuals and communities through genuine care, nurturing transformation and growth. Active listening, empathy, and support prioritize well-being and development, fostering trust and inclusivity. As such, this approach crafts a legacy grounded in impact and inspiration, affecting meaningful change through emulation of compassionate guidance. Service to others offers unparalleled opportunities for meaningful contributions, forming a legacy of transformation. A life of giving, generosity, and kindness establishes a contagious ripple effect, creating an environment rich with gratitude, empathy, and compassion. Prioritizing service shifts focus from self to community, nourishing an abundance mindset. Exploring service as an essential component of legacy, we discover its core impact and empowerment, prompting others to embark on similar paths towards collective betterment. Resilience stands as a cornerstone of enduring legacy, symbolizing adaptability and strength amidst life's uncertainties. This quality maintains focus on values despite obstacles, transforming challenges into reservoirs for growth. Embracing uncertainty with a heart open to opportunities builds a foundation of perseverance and creativity. Resilience fosters empowerment and spirit, instructing others to cultivate inner strength, forming a community buoyed by resilience and fortified against adversity.
Honoring one's roots illuminates the foundations on which legacy stands. Ancestry, culture, and history weave a rich backdrop that nurtures identity and values. These threads of heritage form a continuing tapestry, cementing past, present, and future. Reflecting on ancestral narratives offers profound insight, informing decisions and shaping a legacy that respects the richness of heritage, fostering belonging and continuity, and always echoing forward. Forgiveness holds transformative power, healing and mending relationships, liberating personal growth. By relinquishing resentment through compassion, wounds heal, freeing individuals from past grievances. Courageous confrontation of pain grants peace. Embracing forgiveness, shedding life's burdens, creates profound change, inspiring similar paths in others, establishing a legacy defined by understanding, empathy, and personal discovery. Embracing diversity enriches life's tapestry, blending a medley of perspectives into a harmonious whole. Celebrating diversity fosters respect, inclusion, and collaboration, creating an inspiring legacy of complexity and beauty. It urges expanding our horizons to appreciate collective humanity, a life that acknowledges diverse narratives, cultivates connections beyond borders, enhancing personal and collective growth, shaping a world of understanding and inclusivity.
Gratitude, an expression of deep appreciation for life's richness, instills a mindset of joy and abundance, fortifying one's legacy. Cultivating gratitude generates a ripple of positivity and inspiration within and beyond spheres of interaction. By embracing gratitude, our lives are enriched with resilience and openness, embracing challenges and potential with zeal. Insight into gratitude's role in crafting lasting legacies enriches existence, inviting appreciation and, through recognition of blessings, reinforcing meaningful connections. A clear vision charts one's path to a meaningful future, directing actions and choices toward a steadfast purpose. This vision, serving as a personal beacon, inspires growth and change, inviting collaboration and connection. Crafting a compelling future vision encourages aligning intentions with goals that mirror values. As we manifest our vision, the resulting ripple inspires others to pursue change, forging legacies that reflect deep-rooted aspirations and purposeful contributions to a brighter horizon. In the calm of night or the first light of dawn, the allure of a king's crown glimmers with its promise of authority, a promise insubstantial as mist. Power, though celebrated, reveals itself as a fleeting shadow when viewed through the lens of time's unyielding passage. As we embark on this culminating chapter, we invite you to peel back the layers of this illusion, exploring the transient veil of dominion and control. Empires, like mighty waves upon a forgotten shore, rise proudly only to merge again into the sea of history. Yet the realm within, the domain of the soul, stands impervious to the tides of circumstance. We find our guide in Marcus Aurelius, who wielded immense sovereignty with the humility of a student, eternally learning that his truest reign was over himself alone, not his empire. With each decision, the Philosopher King reminds himself of the ephemeral nature of his earthly power, drawing steadfast strength from the inner kingdom of his own mind. A philosopher transcends the trappings of external influence, seeking wisdom beyond the confines of material rule. The world often conflates success with titles, positions, and status, painting a veneer of invincible strength. Yet, in this conflation lies a great oversight. The philosopher admires that true strength is rooted in understanding oneself. Mastery over one's desires and impulses unveils clarity that no throne can bestow. This inward journey reveals the self as both monarch and subject, eternally bound yet infinitely free, defined by the wisdom that unfurls through the soul's continual transformation. In questing for wisdom, we rise above the confines of ruling authority. Philosophers like Epictetus elevate contemplation and enlightenment over material gain. The philosopher cultivates a garden of thought untainted by the chaos of the outer world, finding tranquility in the ever-vibrating balance of existence. While a king's rule is vulnerable to forces beyond their reign, the philosopher's inner illumination remains untouched. Here virtue blooms, nurtured in the sacred silence of the heart, leaving a legacy engraved not through conquests, but through hearts empowered to seek true understanding. Wisdom is the alchemical reagent by which life's challenges are transformed into opportunities for growth. It serves as a compass that guides through the darkest nights, illuminating paths of purpose when all appears lost. Philosophers engage with the world not from podiums of power, but as humble students of human experience, seeking to understand rather than command. Every encounter becomes a professor, every obstacle a lesson. Relinquishing the need to manipulate allows the philosopher entry into a deeper source of dominion, the gentle wisdom to shape one's destiny without the confines of overarching rule. In Reflections, the philosopher uncovers the essence of the eternal self, a self that transcends constructs of identity and the roles carved by society. While a king may be defined by borders and armies, the philosopher pursues clarity regarding the self that exists untethered to such temporal definitions. This eternal self is the persistent whisper of wisdom that survives beyond the theater of power and pomp. It is the enduring voice of truth, relentless amidst the decay of external accolades, ready to guide anyone willing to listen. Engaging with this eternal self requires a dialogue with our innermost nature. Through meditation, contemplation, and soul-searching exploration, the philosopher treks through the strata of existence, peeling away layers to return to the timeless core that lies unchanged. Here, where society's impositions recede, the stillness of contemplation reveals that true power is found in authenticity and grounded self-awareness, a realization that shapes the journey inward into a compass of genuine freedom. Navigating this inner landscape is where true sovereignty is realized. This is an empire not constrained by geography, but driven by the limitless capacity of the mind and spirit. This inner kingdom, rich with untapped potential and endless dreams, is where the Philosopher King places his emphasis. Mastery over this personal dominion, this internal discourse, redirect the personal compass away from carnal aspirations toward the harmonies of inner peace. By understanding the true motivations, fears, and desires that animate existence, profound self-governance develops. The inward journey may begin shrouded in discomfort, yet it flourishes into a garden of self-knowledge. The inner kingdom is nurtured through practices of mindfulness, meditation, and philosophical inquiry, each a pathway towards perceiving the world through the eyes of the soul rather than the illusions of ego. Through this exploration, one finds the philosopher's treasures, the acceptance of tranquility amidst chaos, insight amidst confusion, and profound understanding amidst ignorance. The path of the philosopher is characterized by non-attachment, a space where freedom from the pursuit of control allows for genuine liberation, where the relinquishing of tangibles leads to unshakable peace. Where a king might amass armies and territories, the philosopher garners inner tranquility and understanding. This path does not seek to deny the importance of the material, but rather underscores that true fulfillment dwells within, beyond the ephemeral and the constantly shifting. Non-attachment invites a more profound appreciation of the present moment, free from the pull of anxiety for what lies outside our grasp. Embracing life's transient nature teaches us to cherish each passage for its subtle uniqueness, undeterred by desires to conquer or possess. This philosophical detachment allows one to delve into the essence of life itself, to fathom its depths without ensnarement in superficial layers, thus becoming the cornerstone of a journey where the wisdom of release is the ultimate reward. Beyond the alluring veils of worldly power and glamour, truth awaits, a kind of truth obscured by the shifting shadows of perception. Through the pursuit of wisdom, the philosopher learns to weave through these illusions, unraveling the layers that obscure the essence of being. Through this pursuit, conventional wisdom is challenged, giving rise to questions that venture beyond immediate paths and horizons. Such relentless pursuit of truth becomes the philosopher's pilgrimage, moving through life's labyrinth, guided not by mirages, but by eternal questions, where inquiry leads to ever-deepening insight. A philosopher thrives in the spaces where questions forge new dialogues and answers become pathways towards continually unfolding understandings, allowing them to dive into the labyrinth of truth without the superficial trappings of assumed greater authority. True wisdom radiates in the quiet power of love, a force transcending any need for dominion, offering instead a profound and compassionate connection to all living things. The philosopher understands the transformational potential of love, recognizing its ability to nurture both giver and receiver alike. Unlike power, which seeks to command, love invites surrender, carving bonds beyond the self and weaving us into the greater design of existence. In the journey from rule to wisdom, the Philosopher King learns to wield love as the guiding compass, finding profound understanding of the human condition, embracing vulnerability as an unexpected strength. Love in its quiet wisdom teaches that, by accepting and understanding ourselves and others, liberation and unity flourish naturally, rendering all quests for power superficial in their place. To cultivate a rich inner dialogue remains central to the philosopher's undertaking. Within these private conversations, truth finds a haven where motives are examined, assumptions questioned, and higher values aligned with intention. Daily engagement with this dialogue helps untangle thoughts, examine emotions, and reveal the delicate interplay between perception and reality, providing clarity and guiding the philosopher towards a life tailored with integrity. The evolving art of this internal dialogue emerges in its continuous exploration, driven by patience and uncompromising honesty. It calls for vulnerability to confront uncomfortable truths and reconcile conflicting desires. The philosopher employs this exchange to shape a life narrative that authentically reflects a personal understanding of self and the broader world. Thus, inner dialogue transcends mere facility to become sacred practice, vital in nurturing wisdom, compassion, and enduring peace.
Solitude becomes a hallowed sanctuary where the clamor of everyday life recedes and the self finds a voice amidst the echoing silence. It is in these quiet recesses that clarity and inspiration blossom. Solitude provides the philosopher a reprieve from society's demands, offering room to explore inner landscapes freed from distractions. Here, contradictions find resolution, and the essence of a peaceful and purposeful existence reveals itself fully. This solitude, though often undervalued amidst life's hectic pace, becomes a cradle for wisdom. By engaging with silence, a realization of interconnected existence emerges, superseding any need for external validation or control. The clarity of solitude empowers a grounded approach to engagement, rooted in authenticity and undeterred by ephemera of power and expectation. Within solitude flows the philosopher's soul song, and it sings of something greater than mere rulership. Power dwindles, yet wisdom endures, leaving a legacy that resonates through the ages. The philosopher's wisdom becomes an eternal beacon, guiding those who come after. This legacy is forged not through force or fear, but through the enduring impact of words, deeds, and an unyielding presence of understanding. Socrates and the Buddha live on through millennia for their wisdom that echoes within the collective consciousness, offering pathways to enlightenment and truth. The legacy of wisdom becomes a testament to the philosopher's voyage, defined by reflection, growth, and the pursuit of boundless truth. This legacy interweaves human history,
enriching it with depth and direction, encouraging others to embark upon their unique transformative quests. Through wisdom, the Philosopher King achieves a kind of immortality. Transcending fixed identities forms a crucial passageway on any philosopher's path. The philosopher appreciates identity's utility for social interaction, but recognizes that rigid adherence becomes a cell. With careful examination, identity is unraveled, understood as fragments of a greater entity, rather than singular truths. This transcendence fosters fluidity, liberating the philosopher to evolve organically without the constraints of imposed selves. This insight prompts profound liberation, a freedom to evolve unencumbered by self-made barriers. In transcending identity, the philosopher taps into a broader, connected perspective. This vision births compassion, empathy, and unity amid diversity, allowing expansion toward universal connection. Thus, the philosopher's journey beyond identity invites deeper engagement with the tapestry of existence itself. Embracing vulnerability becomes a philosopher's fortitude, a paradox in a world preferring invulnerability. Yet within vulnerability resides freedom, unshackled by fear of exposure or instability. Facing vulnerability, the philosopher experiences the breadth of human existence, drawing strength from authenticity rather than protective illusions. Accepting one's vulnerability cultivates resilience, dismantling fears of judgment. This acceptance deepens connections, fostering cooperation over competition, a world where truth is preferred to pretense. Living vulnerably inspires others to follow suit, creating spaces where wisdom and understanding blossom freely. It is the philosopher's offering, a vision of genuine strength embedded in authenticity and courage. In the dance of acceptance, the philosopher moves gracefully to life's unpredictable rhythms. Acceptance acknowledges life's inherent impermanence and the futility of resisting change. By unlocking acceptance, the philosopher navigates reality with wisdom, embracing each moment's beauty, unrestrained by aversion. Acceptance nurtures inner peace, encouraging authentic life engagement. In yielding to acceptance lies transformation, for releasing resistance unravels deeper understanding and personal growth. This dance weaves appreciation for joy and sorrow, triumph and loss, as integral threads. The philosopher's dance, welcoming all aspects of the human experience as components in a deeper unity. Compassion illuminates the philosopher's path toward understanding and union. Through compassion, the philosopher connects with human essence, recognizing shared existence hidden by surface divisions. Compassion here expands beyond empathy, striving actively to ease suffering and nurture universal prosperity. Compassion flourishes through deliberate practice, opening itself to life's joys and struggles. The philosopher transcends ego, finding strength through connection. Compassion guides actions with fairness and integrity, applying wisdom to serve both the self and others. Thus, compassion becomes both the philosopher's means and destination, a beneficent force crafting destiny with care. Transcending dichotomies marks the philosopher's noble endeavor to unify truth. While the world segments existence into opposites, the philosopher centers reality within vibrant spectra. This pursuit fosters holistic understanding, where complexities coexist to reveal richer subtleties. Unity embraces complexity, embracing divergent perspectives and recognizing them as components within enormous frameworks. The philosopher balances conflicting truths, welcoming life's complexities without simplistic reduction. Unity invites peace and interconnectedness, cultivating wisdom that transcends surface dichotomies, envisioning coherent reality toward compassionate understanding. Presence becomes the philosopher's anchor, stabilizing the drifting sea of existence. Authentic presence cultivates awareness, engaging fully with each moment, unswayed by past regrets or future anxieties. It nurtures clarity and gratitude, engaging reality with renewed appreciation for life's fleeting splendor. Mindfulness practices imbue philosophers' presence, fostering strength amidst challenges. By savoring the now, they resist the world's haste, seeking depth over superficial experience. Presence anchors self-awareness and balance. The philosopher's gift, recognizing each moment as sacred, honoring the simplicity of being genuinely awake. Trust in life's journey emerges as a pearl of wisdom. The philosopher knows life unfurls in unpredictable twists, connecting each thread to greater purposes. Surrendering control, the philosopher learns trust in life's unfolding, finding serenity within its impermanence. This trust evolves from knowledge of interconnectedness, every event a strand within existence's tapestry. Embracing trust frees discovery beyond limiting expectations, granting life permission to reveal its mysteries. Trust liberates from fear and doubt, sustaining a resilient spirit harmonized within life's undulating dance. Awareness serves as the philosopher's compass, illuminating life's labyrinth with clarity. This heightened awareness breeds insight, captivating nuances intertwining visibility and invisibility. Through awareness, philosophers perceive subtleties, acknowledging interconnections beyond doubt. Awakening to awareness develops over time, inviting deeper connection to existence. The philosopher nurtures awareness through meditation, encouraging experiences to unfold vibrantly. Awareness shapes a life deepened in compassion and wisdom, attending wholly to existence's symphony beyond comprehension. Embracing uncertainty encourages the philosopher's dance with the unknown, extracting strength from unpredictability. In a world craving certainty, the philosopher celebrates uncertainty's potential, fostering creative engagement with life's dynamic opportunities. Uncertainty evolves into a teacher of growth, urging philosophers toward resilience and broader insight. Embracing uncertainty transcends fear, allowing rich explorations of unfamiliar territory. This embrace invites authenticity and valor, wisdom thriving amid the dynamic interplay of certainties and ambiguities. Finding peace in paradox reveals the philosopher's truth, the recognition that contradictions harbor timeless wisdom. Paradox illuminates complexity, prospering without demanding simplicity. Paradox serves as wisdom's crucible, blending disparate truths with grace. Welcoming opposites fuels dynamic growth, adapting to reality's multifaceted nature. Embracing paradox nurtures peace, encouraging scholars to bridge dualistic thinking. Transformation is the alchemical process by which the philosopher evolves, refining ignorance into wisdom. It demands patience, introspection, and a commitment to growth. Transformation enjoins courage, welcoming life's shadows for growth. The philosopher, artist of their self, shapes destiny creatively, marking a legacy that inspires future, transformative journeys. A pilgrimage of understanding becomes the philosopher's pursuit, questing after existence's mysteries. This odyssey encompasses self-exploration and connection to the cosmos. Understanding thrives through ongoing contemplation, conversation, diverse perspectives. The philosopher journeys humbly. True wisdom lies in openness. The philosopher seeds insights for a garden of wisdom, to flourish through time, inspiring transformation. Each thought and action sows potential for change. This deliberate planting, nurturing patience, aligns intentions to actions. The philosopher's legacy emerges as timeless inspiration, enriching collective wisdom. In silence's symphony, the philosopher uncovers stillness' profound potential. Silence isn't simply absence, but a space conveying truth's resonance. Silence fosters boundless contemplation, connecting deeply with the world. Embracing silence centers the philosopher, harmonizing sound and stillness into a song beyond time. As a quest concludes, the philosopher discovers a sanctuary within, a domain where wisdom courts peace. This is not a physical home, but a state of profound being. This return acknowledges a hallmark journey of courage and enlightenment, freeing the philosopher as an illuminating guide, reflecting not on crowns, but souls touched.
Thus, our exploration unveils true power, not in sovereignty, but in self-knowledge and mastery. The philosopher's path provides dominion over the soul, an empire of empathy and wisdom. The journey's end echoes onward, an ongoing transformation aspiring beyond ages.